Oh, my Lord and Taylor, fellas. Portions of my community are split on this topic, okay? I'm getting some feedback saying, hey, why are you going at Vrillium? What's wrong with his content? I've never made a claim that he's lying with his content, that his content isn't good. I like his content. I like his edited videos. It's never been my claim. I have no problem going full Andrew Wilson on anybody in the comments and going, well, that wasn't my claim. I never said his content was bad or that he's lying. In fact, I like his content. In fact, I wanted to collaborate with him. Now, I understand that many of you have the perception of the audience, right? You don't have the perception of the content creators such as me. So if I'm going to collaborate with somebody, well, I want to kind of like look into them a little bit, right? What is that discernment, before I hitch my wagon to a person? I'd kind of like to know what's going on. Is previous controversies, why people feel the way they do about him. And again, I hadn't judged him for his past. I had judged him for a conversation he had less than 2 months ago, okay? I feel like we're getting our wires crossed here. We do have some specific overlap in terms of rhetoric. I've just never heard of an ortho bro that's economically left-wing and was a communist during most of his, catechumen studies. I've never heard of that. Just the way he talks and acts, very superficial. I would say histrionic. This is what I didn't say last stream, which I was trying to get around to. It does feel very histrionic, okay? Needs to be the center of attention, all right? Seductive or provocative behavior. Used to be seductive, now very provocative. Shifting in shallow emotions. We saw that talking to the Black Tranberry because he couldn't talk to anybody else. He always chases clout, but then the one time he doesn't chase clout and decides to have an open discussion about what's going on in his life, it's a Black Tranberry. It's ladies. And by his own admission, he gets along better with women than with men. Odd. He uses appearance to draw attention. Not so much. Impressionistic and vague speech. Absolutely. Dramatic or exaggerated emotions. You'll see that in our DM exchange, where he spurred and then blocked me. Easily suggestible or influenced by others. Again, the last stream, I abandoned what I was planning just to watch the Tranberry stream or the podcast. I'm not going to do that this time, but I did find something this time that's probably going to lead to another stream, okay? There's a lot of milk on this cow. And also thinks relationships are closer than they are. You'll often hear him say, I'm networking with this person. He's personal friends. He's has an in with Andrew Wilson and whatnot. He has it in good with the young Republican fellas. Can't make any connections to talk to any of them publicly. Very much a back and forth. Very much a hot and cold. Very duplicitous. Very mooey. Very mooey. As you'll see in our DM exchange, which is going to be two spurging at each other. It's me doing speech to text in my phone. Plenty of typos. Obviously, we're talking past each other. But it shows why having a conversation with him, I'd have to stop what he's saying and then show him a video of how he said the exact opposite thing. Very contradictory, which I'm not used to with the Ortho Bros. And also, fellas, you have to realize he just represents Vrillium. He's not representing anything else. He's not trad. He's an Ortho Bro just for himself. He doesn't care who he makes look bad. He just wants to build his brand, which many would look down on, him being an Ortho Bro, and understandably so. Okay? Now, I haven't even watched this yet, but his content's good, apparently. Asmongold just covered him. So let's look at that for a second.
Unfortunately, this is crazy. What is it?
This is the map of H-1B workers currently registered in America.
I'm in danger.
What do you notice about this map?
They're
all
green?
in Texas. Look at this in Irving, Texas. Several H-1B employees were found to be working at a software development company, which is a 7-Eleven. This is an organized thing. Indian consulting firms run by American Indians are bringing in Indian workers on H-1B, then using Indian attorneys to game the system. Several companies have been reporting they'll hire a senior developer, a senior HR, whatever, like a supposedly high-level guy. He comes in, he barely speaks any English and doesn't know how to do the job. They're scamming us. This is a civilizational scam. One company, Cognizant, which is supposedly an IT and staffing firm, 56% of their workers are Indian. The other percentage come from Canada. And all the people...
So they're Indian.
People are Indian. They're just Indians in Canada. They're not coming from India. Spread this info as much as you can.
Oh my God. No, I know. And I didn't know it was that bad in Texas. I haven't.
Yes, this is the Vrillium that we know and love. Absolutely. Do you think I'm criticizing that? Do you think I'm critiquing that? Here, let me give you another one. Let me give you a Vrillium glaze. Mind you, all of this is happening in like less than a 6-month period. All of this is happening at the speed of light. This is 9 days ago, okay?
Segment, mate.
Yes. So real quick, okay? Especially since Homeboy was here. Now, I did... He makes the same case that I do. We have an unbelievable amount of overlap. Well, I do with Vrillium.
Latinos be white. It's time. Listen, I don't care what you have to say. I think it's time we let Latinos be white. I'm a white expansionist. We can't deny they've been putting in the work. Like, all the ICE agents are Hispanic. They're very Catholic. They're very racist. They've been putting in the work.
Terrific.
I feel like justify it just like how we justified the Italians. I mean, come on. Look at Michael Knowles. Like, come on, you really? That's Abdullah Azim right there. That's a fucking emirate of Sicily Arab right there. Okay, that's not a white man. And yet we consider him as such because there's
I like Homeboy, okay? He is creative. He wants to cast an unbelievably large net, and he wants to criticize the moves, okay? We have overlap in incredibly specific ways. All right, fellas? This isn't about his content. I enjoy his content. I was hoping to make content with him. All right? Let me be explicitly clear. And I'm fully aware that this was only 9 days ago. All right? Been making some content on him. Some things that don't make a whole lot of sense, right? And sure, if he drives the narrative forward, that's good. I support that. Absolutely. But you want to know who else drove the narrative forward? James Lindsay, right? Why aren't we all on board with James Lindsay? Lindsayyites have to ignore his behavior. I don't want to have to ignore a person's behavior, especially when they're an ortho bro. So this is unprecedented too. He's gotten 46,000 subscribers in the last 30 days and 2.2 million views in the last 30 days. Okay. The man's cooking up content that people want to see at an unprecedented rate that we rarely see in content creation. All right? I understand that. That's not the criticism. Here's the criticism. He said, so I've already made a video and covered this last stream, how he explicitly says he's not right-wing. He said, I became a dissident right content creator, and now all of the hate I receive is solely from white dissidents, and all my support comes from brown people. Now I'm confused again. I just want to know what the man believes in. I want to know what he identifies as with. Get a feel for him. So he's not right-wing. He's a dissident right content creator. Okay. And of course, he's getting beat up pretty handily. Like the type of content you make is brown people coded. And then there's whatever. Then there's going to be shit on this, the classics, you know? The great bleaching, sure, whatever. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is him saying he's not right-wing and then saying he became a dissident right-wing content creator. And then someone comments, who said you were dissident right? He says he's not right-wing. He calls himself dissident right. And someone says, who said you were dissident right? Vrillium says, not me. I never claimed to be. I can't criticize that. I'm not allowed to criticize that. He beats up Indians in the moose and does good content, so I have to ignore that. I have to ignore how he's right-wing, he's not right-wing. He's straight up denying that he just said he was dissident right. I can't rectify this. I can't trust this person. This is the criticism. Duplicitous. Oh, we're going to cover this. He's mentioned that his girlfriend or significant other is a Palestinian woman, correct? Can't help but feel like she's pressuring him behind the scenes. With takes like this, in my opinion. Well, I'm going to cover that in just a moment. Is it his girlfriend or not? Is it his significant other or not? Is he trying to conceal her identity or not? I don't know. And you know, this has been my entire life, fellas. I notice these things. I try and comment on them. It's imprudent. It's impolite. You're not supposed to do it. Then I get people like this. Point me to the information in his videos that is wrong or subversive or counterproductive to our goals. I don't care how weird he acts on Twitter. This is the psychology of the Lindsayite. I don't care how he behaves on the internet. I just like what he says. I mean, this is just open your mouth and feed you what you want to hear, and you'll follow the person loyally, blindly. I have an issue with that. That is not discernment. I said, do you have zero standard for his behavior? Would you say the same thing if he fucked kids? Where's the line? Surely there's a line somewhere, okay? And he said, acting like a retard on Twitter is a human right. Now we're invoking a human right. What? He's just being dumb. He's just acting retarded. But is he lying? But is he lying? But is he two-faced? He's just being whatever, dude. He's just like doing whatever. Let him just like do whatever. I'm not stopping him. I want him to keep going. As an example, how you shouldn't behave if you're trying to build a coalition. He says he's trying to build a coalition and nobody wants to touch him. No content creators want to mess with him at all. And I understand why. And I said, so you have zero standard for his behavior. And he goes, I also frequently watch movies made by irredeemably evil communist pedos in Hollywood. I'm used to it. Sure. Okay. I can grant that. Do I have zero standards for his behavior? Yeah, kind of. Okay, well, I don't have zero standards for a person's behavior. Do they have to act perfectly and godly? No, of course not. They shouldn't be lying and two-faced. They should be open, honest, and upfront, and consistent in their worldview. For me to develop a trust for them, me as a content creator, looking to collaborate with somebody. I really only judge content creators by their content. Same with the Lindsay-ites. If he wants to fuck troons in his spare time, it's not really any of my concern as long as his content is still good. Well, I don't feel that way. This is how you're not a part of a movement then. Stop acting like there's a we and an us. If that's your discernment. If you're like, Daddy, open up my gullet and shove down the content. I don't care what you say or do. Tell me what I want to hear. Do you have zero standards yourself? You might be an atheist. You might be Orthodox. Your opinion is changing. I don't expect people to be 100% consistent in what they say when riffing off the cuff in a 3-hour live stream joking around. I think you're drama farming. I'll grant all of that. I love granting all of it. It's why I enjoy Andrew Wilson. Let's grant the argument. I'll grant all of it. Even if I am drama farming, Vrillium drama farms too. You're just gay for him because he says moos are dumb. There's a reason why he has to keep bouncing from community to community, and no one wants to work with him. Sorry, bud, truth hurts. Only an issue when I'm doing it, not an issue when Vrillium is doing it. A little bit of a bias there. Okay. Let me see if everything's in order, fellas. It's a dossier. I don't even know what that means, but it feels like it is. Let me try and start us off here.
Like the leftist camp, and I used to orient my sort of like ideological mind towards leftism, which still informs much of my politics today. I don't really consider myself right-wing in a conventional sense. I wasn't raised conservative, and
I don't consider myself right-wing in a conventional sense. It's all of these escape hatch phrases. I don't consider myself right-wing in a conventional sense. Okay, what are you? And you want to know what he says? What he said all last stream? I'm Vrillium. I'm just me, man. I'm just a guy. Sure, I'm ortho, but I'm flawed. We're going to keep coming back to impressionistic and vague speech is a hallmark of what we're dealing with, okay? We walk you through our DMs. Now you might think, oh, you're leaking DMs, okay? This is not incriminating. This is not revealing. This is not doxing. This is not telling any secrets. This is nothing any more embarrassing than what is public, okay? This is the conversation that we would have had publicly. Now, I'll let you know, I told him how to enable raids on his stream so I could raid him. And raid him I did. He then sent me the video of his little scandal. And this, much like when the left sends me stuff for James Lindsay, sends a resource of something, it does not go well. This left me with more questions than answers. Then I said, hey, just a heads up, I'm going to make a video on you. It's going to be overall supporting you and viewing you charitably, but ultimately making fun of you for not being right-wing. Any questions in the meantime, feel free to hit me up. He said, right on, man. I released an edited video of how are you communist sympathizing? How are you a communist for the vast majority of time you were studying for your Orthodox baptism? How is that possible? How is it a thing? But he likes to rely on if he says it, it's true. even though it just sounds crazy and I've never heard of it before in my entire life. Now he opens with, dude, what's your damage? Dude, what's your glitch? What's your major malfunction? This, of course, is after the stream. The most recent stream, where I didn't dig into his past, explicitly talked about judging him post-baptism. He said, why are you making whole-ass deep dives into my life? I'm not going to watch this 2+ hour stream, but if you had any questions, you could just come talk to me. Why are you airing this shit out in public? To which I responded, what did I say that was incorrect? Which is going to be my response to anybody that is asking why I'm making this content. No one is calling me a liar. No one is saying that what I'm saying isn't true. And that's going to be my issue with the criticism levied at me. He said, I'm not going to watch all of this, but from what I've skimmed, you're digging into my life about my relationship, my sexuality, and my past addiction. Tasteless stuff. Here, I left a comment that all your followers will see, so I'll just share it here. So he's admitting he didn't watch it, right? Maybe watch an hour a day. Maybe listen to it as you're going to sleep. I don't know. Probably watch it before you comment on it, right? That's what I would do. I feel like that's what an ortho bro would do. They would watch it and go, here's what you got incorrect, right? He commented on the stream, my personal life is objectively none of your business. Mind you, he did comment, as I'll show you very shortly, on Sarah Stock and Elijah Schaefer because he kind of worked for Rift TV. I finally have clarification on that, by the way, about him being a partner. Okay, we'll get into that. But he had no problem playing a conversation that was recorded of Sarah Stock on stream, on a stream that she didn't know that was recorded of her. Okay, it's tasteless and low to do this publicly because I know you want clicks. If you actually cared about my integrity, you would have spoken to me in private like Christians ought to. He thinks I'm a Christian, kind of, maybe. He doesn't know anything. He can't tell the difference between arty or fist, as we discovered last stream. He doesn't know the difference between me or fist. He has no idea. I know more about the Tranberries he talked to than he knows about me and fist, okay? That's how superficial he is. If you really must know, my girl was born into a Muslim Palestinian family and then converted alongside me. You can literally see her in the photo at my baptism. Now, if he doesn't want her to be put in the spotlight at all, right? Why would he say you can see her in the photo? He does this. He breadcrumbs. He wants people to investigate him. You don't have to mention, don't mention she was in the picture if you're trying to hide her identity. She's not a public person, and I don't like to bring her into my work. Then don't mention that she's at the baptism. Now, oddly enough, on one of his more recent streams, he says this.
Vrillium gulping ASMR. Oh, fuck you. That's funny. I actually, fun fact. So Casual American Media, who is obviously the grander network that I'm part of, we actually just brought on, did we do it publicly? I think we can say publicly that we did. We just brought on.
He's always working on something in the background. Mind you, from last stream, we learned Casual American Media just has 2 shorts on their channel. It's not a network. It's not a thing. He's always acting like these things are bigger than they actually are. Acting like relationships are closer than they actually are.
This actually, I don't know if I can I'm going to be careful. I actually don't know if I can mention that yet. But we brought on someone who works in ASMR, who does ASMR content alongside their, I'm not going to reveal gender, their audience. and their like platform. And we might do a collab because it'd be really funny if I was made to do ASMR. So we might do a collab where I like do an ASMR video with them. That would be very funny. But anyways, how do you know Eric? Dude, we've already gone over this. Dude, you can't.
So James Lindsay does the same thing. If you just if you've said something publicly and a new person coming in doesn't know it about you, he's like, oh my God, I've already said, yeah, maybe the person just joined the stream. Okay. He has main character syndrome like a motherfucker. He's like, I already said this. How do you not know?
You can't be like, oh, you're dodging questions when you're asking questions. I've answered like every stream. Every stream I've answered this fucking question. Dude, go watch the other stream.
It's the indignance. Just answer the question.
Just follow my Twitter. Get the lore yourself. You want to know about me? Run a background check. Go get the fucking lore. This whole fucking thing is not me just sitting here every night explaining my lore to you people. I am a public figure on the internet. You can go find out whatever the fuck you want about me at any goddamn time. Lord forgive me. Anyways,
Right. So that's exactly what I did. like, dude, this is what I'm saying. He talks a big game in public, and like, that's what I did. I went into your lore, William. So don't act all big and bad. It's all out there, out in the open. Okay, well, that's what I'm doing. So everyone can privately look at it, but they can't publicly comment on it. Terrific. Now, here's the thing. He says, if you really must know, my girl was born into a Muslim Palestinian family. Okay? Now, you should know this skill that I have is from living with histrionic cluster B toxic girlfriends. Okay? We got into so many arguments that I would record because I was gaslit so hard where I'm like, nope, that's not true. You literally said this. So I'm glad that I can show this to the world now, the level of duplicitousness. So that's his girl. So we all assume that's his girlfriend, right? Palestinian girl is his girlfriend.
And yes, for those who did some advanced digging, it was on the way in this journey that I met a woman who I love very, very much. Palestinian Orthodox girl.
So he said Palestinian Orthodox girl. On stream, I was like, well, is that a different one? Because he met her in 2021. He was talking about getting married to her in 2021. So it's been the same girl that's been in his life for 5 years.
We're not together right now. But
we're not together right now. When he texts me, it's my girl. And so you would assume it's his girlfriend. He sent me this link to watch, by the way. We're not together right now. But it's his girl, but they're not together.
Palestinian Orthodox girl. We're not together right now because of my past and because this shit caused a lot of issues in my personal life, which is...
That's why it seemed like he met a new Palestinian girl. Because he says we're not together right now because of my past, even though he met her in 2020, 2021, and was talking about marrying her back then. It's incoherent. It doesn't make any sense, okay? All I'm trying to do is figure out how to feel about this guy, and I can't. Very quickly, there was 2 fellas that left super chats before this started. Stagnemics Agent, $5, thank you. Hey, sorry, I won't be able to make it in 5 hours. Wow, 5 hours ago. Could you start the stream right now or within the next 2 hours so I can catch it live? Thank you. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. And the second one, Thick Cut Cod, $10. Thank you so much. Artie, I haven't finished the previous stream on Vrillium. I just started. I'll message you again when I finish and you can start the stream. Deal? P.S. I have YouTube Premium, so you must obey. Hilarious. Also, I do get revenue if you have YouTube Premium, just so you know. That doesn't screw me over at all. How does that work? I don't know. Is it true? Yes. And I just try to go by what's true. Crab Brando, $5. As the right becomes more in vogue, discernment becomes important to weed out the fair weather friends like Vrillium. Here's the thing. I start off at low discernment. I like to like people. I was hyping them. I showed him how to set up to get raids. Notice how no one else raids him. To this day, I'm the only one that's raided him and sent him live viewers. So I like to start off liking people. And then especially if I'm going to be, making content with them, well, then I got to dig a little bit. And it's a wormhole. And I already have enough for another stream on them. Thank you for that. King Solo Wings, $5. You're both gay? Yeah? So on the lich for 100 of a currency that you need to survive. Prosecutor, Mr. Boot Sagston, would you please point on the doll where Mr. Defective touched you? Vrillium points to Yamaka. He may have studied. I mean, this happened with James Lindsay. He studied the commies so much that he started using their tactics. I don't know if that happened with the moos, but he acts unbelievably mooey. Drenth, 1488. Welcome back, fella. Good to see you again. Hey, I'm a few months late for the streams. Can you stop and rewind back to the start of 2026 for me? Glad to have him back. That is one of the most powerful autists in the universe, just so you know. Bear in the Woods, $5. Thank you. Vrillium opens door. Why did you come in here? I mean, dude. He acts all big and bad. If you want to know about my life, it's all there. Okay. Comments on his life. We'll get to the in just a moment. Second, that's a blessed icon of St. John Christomios that I didn't handle incorrectly at all. You're nitpicking for no reason. As I showed, he held it on stream, and he was kissing it and talking about how expensive it is. No one should flaunt their Orthodox baptismal saint, as the tradition emphasizes humility and spiritual submission rather than public display. The name is intended to be a spiritual weapon and a constant reminder of one's identity as a child of God, used primarily during sacraments like communion and confession. You are not supposed to flaunt it around, and having it on stream, talking about how expensive it is and kissing it and shoving it in the camera as you're receiving money is constituted as flaunting it. So that's the criticism, not his content. I would say that's a warranted criticism. Third, I made it very clear that I'm not a role model, never said he was, nor a leader, never said he was, nor anyone you should take life advice from. We all, Vrillium, no one at any point thought they should take life advice from you. So I don't know why you're saying this. And he goes, I said this several times. This is what he does. He says something over and over again. It's not even what anyone criticized him over. That's not the criticism. So sure, you said it over and over again, which is fine. You keep saying it over and over again. It's not the criticism anyone's making of you. I make historical content. We like your historical content. It's really good. It's accurate. It's informative. It's entertaining. It's well edited. I'm not a saint and have many issues in my personal life that have nothing to do with my work. I know I'm not talking about your work. I'm talking about who you are as a person now. And it doesn't make any sense. And it's contradictory. It's like you're lying constantly. My struggles with lust and whatever in my own business. Do you still struggle with lust? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about right now. And it's genuinely vulgar and pathetic to air that out in public. Well, you're an open book apparently, and I criticized you post-baptism. I'm trying to help you people. Here's the main character syndrome. I'm trying to help you people with good content and information. James Lindsay syndrome. What about my work? What about what James Lindsay did in 2018? Okay. What about how important his work is? And yet you insist on creating middle school drama because your no-face content can't get views. Until you apologize for this, there's absolutely no collab. No one's lining up to collaborate with you, William. I'm genuinely disappointed and appalled by this behavior. Lord forgive you. He is going to invoke the Lord Jesus Christ like he's a demon. It's going to be very slimy. the way he invokes Christ. I said, I specifically said on the stream, I'm focused on your behavior after your baptism. You're just going to reinforce my criticisms of you in the video by commenting and proving you didn't watch it. He said, I've said several times I'm not a Christian influencer. I didn't say that. I never said you were. He keeps repeating himself, saying that he said it. No one says you are. No one thinks you are. This is why it'd be impossible to talk to him. Imagine that. It would be like Andrew Wilson talking to Not So Erudite. It'd be like talking to a commie, repeating the same script over and over again. And you'll notice he's just reading his same script that he gives to anyone that criticizes him, okay? Never actually engaging in criticism. Very dramatic and exaggerated emotions right now. When all he would have to do is, he's an editor, by the way. This is what's so annoying to me. He's an editor. So just give me a timestamp and then show me how I'm wrong. Again, we're not saying I'm wrong. We're not saying I'm incorrect. This is explicitly why I don't call myself a Christian influencer. I don't make faith videos. I don't tell people how to live. All right. I mainly covered your appearance on Victim Radio. How do you know that Black Tranberry? And then he goes, okay, so now we're just going to throw out everything out the window of what he just said to me. We're just going to reset, do a full-on memory wipe, okay? I now have to forget everything he just said to me. He already left a full public comment, and I'm like, hey, the majority of this is nothing about what you just said. The majority of the stream was about your conversation with a Black Tranberry from less than 2 months ago. He claims he was in a group chat with them, and that show is associated with General Groyper spheres. Do you see the plausible deniability? The Black Tranberry, that show, is associated with General Groyper spheres. Fellas, what the fuck does that mean? So yeah, he went on. He's not right-wing, but he needs to associate with Groypers. I'm confused. So why did you go on that and sound like a lesbian valley girl from California chatting it up with the fucking clams? I also didn't know that person was trans, but that doesn't matter. I don't judge. So again, he just doesn't know anything about anyone he's talking to, because he doesn't know anything about himself. That's why he's not consistent. So I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. I mean, it sounded like he was friendly with them. By the way, would you be surprised if he then talks about being friends with them by the end of this? The amount of 180s are insane. What actual work did you do with Rift TV, William? Can you show me the pieces you were involved with and how? Because he keeps bringing up Rift TV. Very soft illusion. And this sets him off. Dude, you don't actually care about this shit. Stop pretending like you do. You just want views. And this behavior is appalling. Clutching his pearls. How is he not acting like a moo right now? Appalling. Oh, I am offended at your accusations. This is full-on moo tactics right now. Just answer me. Answer me and prove me wrong. Make me look dumb. I'm criticizing you. Show me how my criticism is unwarranted. You could have spoken to me in private, or even had me on to ask questions. I would have gladly divulged, as I'm a very open person. See how he's talking about being an open person? Well, just fucking show me. You can see how he's emotionally typing as well. He's not thinking before, like, dude, just show me! Bro, and then I said, what Groyper sphere are you referring to? I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck he's talking about, and this is why he's so annoying to me. I don't know where to put him on a map. He's queer. He's an identity without an essence. He says, go to my Instagram. You can see all the posts. I never took them down. Okay, so let's go to his Instagram and let's see all the posts, okay? Let's go from the very beginning. Okay? So now I have to do the legwork. He can't just show me. It's obvious. It's all there. Rift TV. He doesn't show anything about, he only shows stuff about himself, which is fine. It's his own Instagram. And it's going well. He's doing a good job content creation wise. Is it this?
I'd like to take a moment to talk about Elijah Schaffer. I'm one of the new content creators that was brought on recently by Elijah before this entire debacle with Kash Patel and investigations of Rift. My message surrounding the situation is simple. I'm tired. I'm tired of watching my home, my motherland.
So it's just his same content, but it has a little, oh, I don't know how much I have to show you. I don't know how much. So then, okay. So then I went to Rift and I did some digging, right? Now this is on Rift
I think I'm
TV
going to
channel.
cut every one of my hoodies like this. I think that's a great idea.
Dad came up with.
I think I'm going to cut every one of my hoodies
What
like this.
on earth
I think that's a great idea.
Dad came up.
is going on here?
Quit sucking down those fish.
Can we just go to a short? Anyway, he had a short on here that I found, and then I finally found the episode of Rift TV he was on. Now, I had to do some digging to find this. This is a separate stream, okay? This is a separate stream right here. But you can see where crazy,
black. Okay.
sex-addled Elijah Schaffer convinced him that, like, look at, they have like 17,000 subs, okay? Elijah Schaffer was convincing people that this is going to be this big media company. They're going to get sponsors. I actually feel like this is why Vrillium is so, like, obsessed with sponsors.
Don't like my communities. I don't like, with a little bit of creamer parts about this. Blackout coffee is used, but they don't actually do. So this company full-fledged came in.
So he has a sponsor, right? This has less than 5,000 views on it. He's got 17,000 subs. Oh, I mean, it's the legitimacy of having sponsors, okay?
to us and they're like, bro, we want to support your show. Now here we got a problem. Apparently people are not buying the coffee.
It's not going well. He's going to lose the sponsorship, and he's talking about it publicly, okay? So Vrillium doesn't have his own identity. This is where he got his current identity from. In his mind, he's like, okay, Elijah Schaffer, get sponsors. I'm going to latch onto that.
The people that have bought it have said it's amazing, but some people are like, yeah, I already buy coffee from somewhere. So we've got a couple days left. Unless we reach the minimum, they're like, look, we want to support you. We're going to support you as long as we can, but people have to buy the coffee. So if you haven't already, for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, grab yourself a bag of this. And we got to sell like 20 more bags by the end of the week. So it's 100 bags total to keep the sponsorship. They're willing to come on. By the way, I can hook you up, Lily. There's a bunch of sponsors I'm going to help get you. We'll talk about your.
And then in the middle of this, he's saying to Vrillium how he's going to hook him up with a bunch of sponsors. Okay. As he's talking about this failing sponsorship, he's talking to Vrillium about how he's going to hook him up with a bunch of sponsors. Which brings me to Vrillium's obsession with sponsors. Okay. I'm gonna have to go probably to his channel. So he's been like, his content. So that was in November of 2025. Okay. Now he's so his live streams go back 2 weeks ago. Okay. Another timeline for you. So as soon as he's doing live streams,
Let's see what else.
he is talking about like sponsors. Okay. How is like, why do you already have sponsors in like your first live stream? Where is this coming from?
Million, right? Shadow banned. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what the hell I did. I don't know what I did. I have no idea. Yeah, 10 million plus views. And I have no idea what I did. No, I'm not being whipped around by my boss. He's also not my boss. Casual American Media is the agency network. I don't really know what the word would be. That I work with. He's not my boss. He's a friend of mine, and we work together. Like he helps me with like ads and stuff. It's boring. Like
It's his first live stream, and this is when he had like whatever 20,000 subs, and he's already talking about getting sponsors and ads, like this big legitimacy play. And then on his second stream, again he's talking about sponsors.
totally. Hold on. Let's switch on the whole Turkey go like attitude hate you, like you're angry, you're Arab. Like they fucking love Ataturk. It's crazy. Anyways, point being, how long have I been live for? Should I do like a quick little like sponsorship break? I probably.
Why is anyone? It's his second stream. Why is anyone paying him to sponsor something? What data is there? He just started streaming.
Should. Okay. Before we continue on the Balochistan people, folks, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do a quick little. Hold on. Okay, folks. Before we get on here, I'll put the hat on because I need to use these books. Hold on. Okay, folks.
How is he already shilling something? It's the need. It's the main character. It's that he has sponsors. It's that he's Vrillium. It's that he's a name. It's that he gets recognized.
Before we get into all that, okay, folks, as I said before, make sure you check out my book sponsor, Underground Canon. Folks, Underground Canon, #1 in the world. Let me actually pull up their website for you guys to see. Have I not been on it on this browser? Hold on. Folks, Underground Canon, your #1 fucking site. Okay, no, okay, there we go. Your #1 site. If you like banned, controversial, fucking, whatever type books, if you like books that you can't get at a bookstore, be sure to check out undergroundcanon.com. They have everything that a young, especially American patriotic man is looking for.
Where are these sponsors coming from? Mind you, he's not doing sponsorships anymore. Learn that from Elijah.
Motherfucker, you get too much. Where are my sponsors, Cam?
He's like trying to get someone to get him sponsors. It's fucking crazy. Dude, this is his third stream.
Cover up the product display, which, by the way, this is a great time before we kick off the stream major to announce that I, Vrillium, now have a...
Whoever watches his streams in chat, does he still shill sponsorships during his streams, or has he stopped doing that?
Stream sponsor. Oh, whoops. Okay, I guess
he already has sponsors, and he's so new to streaming that he doesn't even have the soundboard worked out yet.
I guess that's bad news. There we go. Let's go. All right, let me switch into like QVC mode. So, folks, right here, as you can see, you guys know me, okay? You know I love my nicotine pouches. You always see me with the Zins. Damn, that's loud as hell. Okay, we're going to do it without music. You guys know I love my nicotine pouches. This is a well-known fact about me. I'm constantly taking them in and out in the middle of the stream. And so, because Tucker Carlson's Alp refused to sponsor me.
Why would Tucker Carlson's Alp sponsor you, Vrillium? Do you see how he has this hubris that's very not Orthodox Christian, okay? He's very special. Everyone should already know about him. He just deserves things. He doesn't earn things, which I don't know how he's gotten so much traction on his channel so quickly. But he deserves sponsorships immediately. Like, Tucker Carlson didn't sponsor him. Like, why would he?
Which, hey man, I don't know what's going on there. And by the way, those are made in India, so maybe that would have been more appropriate for the stream. I don't know. However, they refused to sponsor me, but fine people at Sesh did, because I guess they're fine with my politics. So, folks, they didn't give me a code yet.
Now, they didn't give him a code yet. If they're sponsoring him and they didn't give him a code yet, What are the odds where this is just a sample pack and he didn't read the email? So then wait until you get the code? Did you ever get the code? Is Sesh still a fucking sponsor of him? What's going on?
I still have to meet with the brand rep, but they sent me a bunch.
He still has to meet with the brand rep. Do you see how quickly he moves without thinking about how any of this stuff works? This is his what a great sponsorship. I can't believe. Are they still sponsoring him? I mean, he tried to push the product, and then he's talking about the back channel. Like, you know, they didn't give me a code yet, so I don't really know what to do, but here they are.
Bunch of free shit. So if you're into nicotine pouches, go get yourself some Sesh. I've been using them all week. They gave me a bunch for free. So they're great. So go get some. They're great. What do I video for me? I haven't filmed it yet. So please drop your suggestions. If you super chat, maybe I'll like do it. Maybe that'll be the video I do. Yes, Cam, I did get a Sesh sponsorship. Kind of. You had to.
Kind of. Everything is kind of. I love that. Now, oddly enough, I had commented on how he has sponsors before he even had memberships on his channel. Typically, somebody gets memberships on their channel, community funding, and then you get to a certain point where you might get sponsors because you get so much traction on your channel. He has sponsors for his channel before you can even become a YouTube member. Isn't that weird? He has sponsors for his channel before you can even become a YouTube member. That's weird. And wouldn't you know, he didn't watch the stream I did on him, okay? Wouldn't you know he didn't watch the stream I did on him? And 2 days later, would you take a look at this with your good eyes?
Did. But anyways, what the hell's going on here? Sorry, I'm just checking the trending real quick. 5 memberships. Wow. Yeah, I turned on memberships today. Dude.
Oh, look at that. Didn't watch the video. And 2 days after I said how he didn't enable memberships, all of a sudden, he has, in fact, enabled memberships. Terrific. Let us continue. If you're on X in that community, there's a series of group chats related to the Groyper General people, and I get roped into it a bunch. You couldn't get roped into a different conversation. He got roped into talking to a black Tranberry. This is what I'm saying. You're the audience. I'm the content creator. And I go, why did he talk to a bunch of like Valley girls and then act like a Valley girl himself? That's bizarre. Does he just act like whoever he's talking to? It kind of feels like that. But that was either his only choice or his favorite choice. He said he made clips for Rift. No. He made clips and Rift were like, hey, let's use that. We'll give you a cut. We'll hype your stuff. He wasn't working for, so he made clips for Rift. Okay. Dude, I said all this publicly, as always. All I did was take you at your word in various conversations you've had. He said, I'm an incredibly open guy. You're just an open person. You don't have to keep overcompensating and saying you're an open guy. I literally told the public about my drug addiction. You said you were addicted to benzos. That's really all you said. Most people have. Jordan Peterson probably talked more about his benzo addiction than you did, dude. Calm down. Relax, okay? It wasn't this hard-hitting expose that you did. The hardest part of my life just for transparency. And yet you're here trying to fuck with me in my career when I'm just taking off. I can't help but notice he didn't say I was lying or I said anything that was incorrect. It's incredible. You're not an open guy. You're incredibly duplicitous, and I don't trust a word that you say. I'm going to keep making content on how you're a fucking liar. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. He says he's a liar about what? What am I lying about? This is low behavior. Lord, forgive you. What is your damage? Lord, forgive me. That is, the boy still has the demon in him. Okay? When his back is against the wall, you need to, oh, Lord, forgive you. Now he's invoking the Lord. When he really has to, now he's not so much of a saint. Now he's Mr. God, man. Sumar Lib Jarakison for 750 of something that looks just horrific. Say my name. I tried. Thank you. Flavius Ignatius, baby. $10, thank you. Where's Fist? Is he okay? Do we need to go liberate his country? I'm in if we need to. Yes, they need a lot of liberation and American tanks. DPK! $5, thank you. If there's one thing Artie has taught us, be careful of those who you follow and listen to. Cheers, Artie. Well, I'm doing something that's not necessarily a popular thing to do, somewhat risky thing to do. To criticize someone like this that's taken off. I mean, 9 days ago, I was hyping him. These things happen quickly. TPK $5. When a certain Austrian painter wanted to be remembered, who'd thought his fan base would be cat boys and queers? Dude, I'm traveling at the speed of white to keep up with this. DPK $5. Elijah Schaefer and Vrillium. Buy my big black coffee. Yeah, it's the shilling of products that they can't hit the quota of. New GM, $10. Thank you. I'm announcing my consideration opening a stream channel and would like to thank our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends, right? P.S. Artie, restart the stream and add an ad spot. So desperate for ads. I mean, I don't know. Me personally, it would have to be something special to do an ad. It messes everything up. It's gimmicky. I think it makes you look less credential at a certain size, I guess. If you're like really popular and it's like, well, how are you going to turn that down? I don't know. A small streamer doing ads looks weird. Leningrad, $10. Thank you. Go look up my material and how dare you talk about all that stuff. It's private and you're horrible, okay? I wanted to give the guy a chance, but this attitude is insufferable. Yes, okay? Yes, I also wanted to like him. I tried liking him. He made it impossible. Flavius Ignatius, $10, thank you. Is that Indian flag legit, or are we taking a shite in the streets? No, it was backhanded. He was doing a stream in India about poopy Indians, which is just good content. He does good mood critical content, and he does great anti-Indian content. To the chickens, new member, look at the Isaiah L. Carter live streams is my advice to you. Thank you. Ganesh blast you away, $2. Vrillium is watching. He just subtweeted you? No, he's not. No, he isn't. That doesn't make any sense. To the chickens, $2. Fist needs his North Sea oil liberated. Yeah. We should honestly let's advocate for that. Let's advocate for taking in let's go back to 1964 and undo it and invite the whites in, okay? We're going to, what are we going to do if you remove these brown immigrants, replace them with white ones from Europe? Is that so hard? Is that so hard? Also, best mod in the game, fight me, makes a great point. Like the stream, be much appreciated. Okay. And he goes, oh, and I'm the fake Orthodox Christian. He probably thinks I'm a Christian. He doesn't know the difference between me and Fist. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything. Where is your shame? The pearl clutching, right? Very mooey, trying to morally condemn me. No one's buying the act, William. Lord, forgive us. Where is your desire to create peace with your brother and speak kindly to others? That's a demon, dude. That's a demon. And now he's invoking God. This is disgusting. instead of just telling me what I said that was incorrect. It's unbelievable. Hey, Artie, why are you making this content? Am I wrong? Why are you making the content? I've said it once and I'll say it 1,000 times. I have this autism. I'm a 5-year-old at the grocery store and I'm with my mom and I see a fat lady and I go, "That's a fat lady." Mom goes, "That's not polite. You're not supposed to say that." And I go, "Yeah, but she's fat." And she goes, "Yeah, but it hurt her feelings." And I go, "Yeah, but she's fat." "Well, I know, but just because she's fat doesn't mean you should say it." "I know. I see what you're saying, but that's a fucking fat bitch." That's the autism I have, okay? I sink my teeth into it, I wrench it, and I go, but this is, but what am, you don't like, what is the issue? You just don't like that I'm criticizing someone that you like, which I understand, okay? Lord, forgive us. Act, you saw the photos of me getting baptized. Yes, and I reviewed your current behavior on stream, Vrillium. Amongst sinners, I am the first. Oh, I know I sinned and I try so hard. It's all an act. He admitted as much in the last stream. It's an aesthetic, you see? His aesthetic, actually, yeah. That's pretty important. Here. So, he works with Eliza Schaefer and he's on the stream with Sarah Stock. One time. So now he works for him. Now he's a partner. Whatever. Elijah Schaefer blew a bunch of smoke up his ass. Of course he believed it. He wants to be in with the cool kids. I work with Elijah Schaefer. Yeah. Okay. Another person that abuses Christianity to get away with stuff. Incredible. I can't believe you guys hit it off. So this is from a month ago. Yeah, this is from 10 days before he talked to the Tranberries.
I know what we're all here for. The Sarah Stock, Elijah Schaefer affair, drama, rift, whatever you want to call it. Folks, since this dropped last night, I'm going to try and edit this video as fast as possible to get this out as quick as possible. But since it dropped last night, people were asking for my opinion because, and maybe this is just known on Twitter, but I was a part of Rift, or I was affiliated with Rift. And so I got out.
Again, I was a part of, I was affiliated. Bro, it's an edited video. He's like going back on what he said as he's saying it. It's starting to drive me crazy.
Of Rift. Like, I want to say 2 months ago. I never signed an NDA, though, about my time there. There's not much to, like, report. I wish I could come on here and be like...
About his time there, he was making his regular content, and he hopped on a stream, Like Fist is we have a partnership, me and Fist do, okay? That was one time. I think they did he went on there, whoa, and I'm telling you, that video, I can't show it. It's got to be its own stream. It is deeply uncomfortable. Especially knowing what we know about Elijah now and what we know about Vrillium now. It is, you can understand why they didn't want him back.
Like, oh my God, and here's where we had our Diddy parties, and no, like, I have nothing really super crazy to say. Now, let me give some background here. Despite what some believe, I was a partner with Rift. I was not an employee of Rift. There's a difference. Sarah Stock was like an employee.
Have you ever heard of someone calling themselves a partner, not implying co-ownership? What does he think partner means? Partner is, Fist and I are partners on the stream. Technically, he could be an employee, but we have a partnership with Artie and Fist, right? That's even, right? Since the channel's in my name, it goes to me first, and then it goes to him, and then we split it. Like, that can be viewed as a partnership. We're actively working together. He went on the stream one time, and they slapped their logo on one of his videos he already made. He's a partner.
Employee or like an affiliate of Rift, okay? Which means that she was working under Elijah Schaefer. Me, I was a partner, which means I was working with Elijah Schaefer and we were working on content together. There's a difference. I don't really know the full details of how the affiliate program worked or the contributor program worked. I don't know. All I know is I was on equal footing with Elijah in the content we were making.
On equal footing? He makes it sound like they did a video production together. All they do is talk on camera. You didn't make any edited video. Like how his videos are edited. He didn't do any of that. Incredible.
There had already been like a growing divide between us. The divide being imaging or sort of like branding, because I, as I've said before, never claimed to be a trad influencer. I'm not a trad Christian guy, because that's kind of my thing, is that I'm kind of
There it is. Do you see how that's kind of his thing, his gimmick, his optic, right? He's like the flawed Christian. Do you see how everything is optics? Everything's a gimmick. That's kind of my thing, is that like, you know, I'm like flawed. Like I'm not trad, but I'm still Christian. You know, I'm Vrillium, man. No one's like, I'm just so different.
kind of I come from a degenerate background. They didn't want to keep working with me, and I didn't want to keep working with them because they kind of disagreed on where the branding was supposed to go. They wanted to go the like trad route. And again, that rift, no pun intended, had been forming because the influencers that Elijah wanted to bring on were like young, athletic, very, you know, conventionally good looking, like trad guys and trad women to do the whole trad thing. And that was like going to be their bit.
You know, the whole trad thing, their bit. This is so mooey. Nothing actually exists. The whole trad thing. Well, I mean, you should be probably pushing a traditional lifestyle, even if you don't have one. Are you seeking one? I don't know. You've been in a relationship for 6 years with the same woman, but also you're not together. Woo! I'm not mad. You're mad.
And I didn't really fit into that. And so while they liked my content and my content was good, the branding, it just wasn't, we weren't working together well. And a moment like this is exactly why.
All you have to do is advocate for a traditional lifestyle, and you're Orthodox, and you advocate, you could bring up that you've been in a, you don't have to mention anything about her. Just you've been in a relationship with the same woman for 6 years. Anything like that. But that's not what he's going for. That's not his optic. That's the issue.
I don't do the whole trad thing because it's all bullshit from the very start.
Now, I'm sorry. Am I allowed to criticize that? I'm sorry. Am I allowed to criticize at all? I know he makes fun of the Indians and makes fun of the moves, okay? I just want to know if I'm allowed to criticize that the whole trad thing is bullshit. It's not. You should be pushing it and advocating for it. As an Orthodox Christian, I would assume. It's just odd. Again.
I was who I am. Meanwhile, yeah, Sarah Stock's brand was the trad thing. And this should be a valuable lesson for everybody, which is that, yeah, the trad thing isn't real. It's not real. There's a reason why your favorite trad influencer girl will post her making sourdough bread and with the wedding ring or at mass or in the kitchen or with the kids or whatever. There's a reason she'll post that, and the husband is nowhere to be found. Why? It's the same reason why on the porno set, they don't turn the camera around and show all the lights and the sound people. Is because it ruins the fantasy. It's a self-insert fantasy.
Doesn't this feel like Marxism? Like what they would say on like a Karlin Borisenko socialism Saturday stream when they're talking to each other, and how like the nuclear family doesn't exist. Like, doesn't it still sound commie? Like this is what a leftist would watch this and go, yes, I completely agree with you. You really don't want a leftist agreeing with you.
It's porn. It's pornography. Okay. You think that you've replaced your porn habit with these based trad influences. No. It's just a different form of pornography. It's the same thing with your favorite male, big muscle daddy.
I love it. I need that again. I love it. Not a few seconds after, someone said, Vrillium looks so zesty. He says muscle daddy. You fucking homo. Muscle daddy. Who the fuck? What straight man says muscle daddy? He's so fucking gay, it's unbelievable.
Pornography. It's the same thing with your favorite male, big muscle daddy.
I want any of you to try saying muscle daddy out loud, okay? Tell me how it feels.
Trad Christian influencers. It's not real. Now, for those of you who are not super chronically online, especially not in the online right or like the trad space, I'll show you guys what we're talking about here. Sarah Stock was I mean, it's not like she died. Sarah Stock is the like quintessential trad e-girl. You might have seen her on Jube.
Everything's a trope. Everything's a stereotype. Yeah, but like, what do you actually believe in? Right? If you want to be different, all right, think of what you actually believe in, and then insert your unique personality that God gave you into your content. But everything is a costume, as someone said in the comments.
Believe, blonde, very pretty. She had that big moment with Sam Cedar where she talked about a xenophobic nationalism. And after that, she did a series of debates with Jubilee and, you know, just generally
Now, Mr. Moral Man over here, okay?
I don't know. I felt like it was like he got me like very intoxicated. Like I don't even like remember most of it. And I was even like thinking back because it was like at CPAC the 2 nights. You're there, and the second night I was like breaking out in like a rash, and so he's like, "Oh, like get some Benadryl, it'll help with the rash."
Making claims of some stuff Elijah, you know, might have done to her, which is fair enough. The man's drama farming over here. It's incredible.
Every single media, every single political circuit, which is information trading. It's blackmail trading. Because I guarantee you, Sarah Stock did not know she was being recorded on that phone call.
Oh, by all means, then. By all means, show a conversation where she didn't know she was being recorded. So there's no ethic with it. I don't care. I don't care about showing this at all whatsoever. I don't respect him. I can't respect him. He's made it so I can't respect him. Amongst sinners, I am the first. You have made a giant fool of yourself, William, not watching the stream and leaving a long generic comment that had nothing to do with what I said on stream. He said, I'm not interested in watching 3 hours of faceless content about your dumb questions into my personal life. Well, you say 2 different things about the same thing. It's contradictory. Who's lying about what? Where's the lie? I've been nothing but honest when asked any question, and you don't even have the balls to have this talk on stream or with voice, and you do it all through text or when I'm not there. I could be anything, but at least I'm not a damn coward. Right. You didn't say honest. You could be anything, but at least you're not a liar? Nope. A coward. Yeah, you are brave enough to fucking brazenly lie over and over again and contradict yourself. You're brave. You're not a coward, definitely, because you're a fucking liar. Constantly. You constantly. Now, his edited content, not lying. Him and his personal life and what he's trying to push out there, which is not a trad lifestyle, but he's also talking about trying to build a coalition, but he's tearing down people on the right, but he wants to build a coalition with Anna Kasparian. No. Nope. It's popular to criticize the moves right now, ladies and gentlemen, okay? This ain't 2024, okay? He was a communist back then. It is now you're able to criticize the moves. Now you need, well, what else, right? First we had, I don't support transing the kids. Oh, wow, you're on my side. I don't believe in mass immigration. Oh, wow, no, those are givens, okay? It's a given to not trans the kids. You're not special. That's an expectation, okay? Oh, we shouldn't have, as Fist would say, infinite Bamalians come in. A gorillion Bamalians come in. As the kosher centrists say. Yeah, you don't get a fucking cookie for that, motherfucker. Oh, the moos are treated differently and have a disproportionate amount of power. Yeah, those are expectations. That's not special, okay? Don't let somebody sway you by saying we shouldn't trans the kids or we should be critical of the moos. That is now the expectation. What do you have after that? Who's lying about what? Where's the lie? I've been nothing but honest. That's hilarious. You claim to have been a communist pretty much the whole time during your catechumenate. Isn't that weird? Fellas, orthos in the chat. I mean, isn't this like up front that like communism is incompatible with Orthodox Christianity? Are you able to like still be a communist while studying for your baptism? I have never, ever heard of that in my entire life. That sounds fake. Asher Genesius, $2. Thank you. Vrillium Presbyterian LGBT Pastor Huck when? Well, he is going to invoke a presbyter? He says it somewhere. Lenny Grad, $5. Jay and Andrew warn us about these types all the time. Piety signalers and sewing circle Christians. The piety has an on-off. Yeah, I haven't heard them say that, but I 100% felt it in this conversation. Just to immediately invoke God like that. His back is against the wall. Shouldn't you at least show that someone's a liar before you invoke God? Right? Show that they're lying first. Coom of Doom. 25 of something that you need. Not going to lie, though, the turnaround from being buddy-buddy with Vril to him waking up to you, making a video relentlessly shitting on him is funny as fuck to me. I mean, I found it out quickly, and I was supporting the person, and now I am I'm showing you how I changed my mind, because I found these things out. Pretty straightforward to me, though it happened quickly, so I'm understanding if it's off-putting to people. I'm traveling up the speed of light over here. Quagmire, $10, thank you. That Lord forgive us, where is your desire to create peace with your brother shit? I've seen that shit before. It's so weird how he popped up the way that he did. It is weird. That's what I'm saying. It's strange. And whenever I ask a question and get an answer, I have another question. Asher Genesius, $5, thank you. The most shocking thing about Elijah Schaffer's scandal is finding out he was into women. Thought he was gay for the longest time. Well, there's also those stories. Don't you worry. Quagmire, $10, thank you. They wanted to go the trad route as if that wasn't a standard, but a brand. Yes, I'm not going crazy. What the fuck do you mean it's all bullshit? Yeah, there are a lot of trad brands. That doesn't mean you do it as well. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Right. No. Quagmire, dude, come on. But have you seen what he says about Indians and the Moose? Come on, dude. He's on our side. He's pushing the narrative forward. Come on, man. Have some discernment and ignore all that? Confusing to me. Bear in the Woods, $5, thank you. This is what happens when lifestyle becomes costume. There it is. Yeah, it's just a costume, which is queer. He just dresses up like whatever he needs to be, whatever he has to. So on the Lich, 200 of something very valuable to you. He doesn't know how it worked, but he was a partner in business with Elijah Schaffer. Exactly. When you go back and try to repeat, like, I can't repeat to you what he said, which is why I had to show you what he says. I can't even, like, give you a summation of what he said. Right. This dude is like Hamas Pinhead trying to get gruesome Newscomb in his stream, and even Gavin Bateman wouldn't touch him. I mean, no one wants to fuck with him, but as he says, like with Andrew Wilson, oh my God, he says that in his last stream. What did he say Andrew Wilson is? A family friend? I think is what he said about Andrew Wilson, but it's a truth married to a lie. So then I have to go back and go, oh, your dad did a half-an-hour stream with Andrew Wilson 2 years ago, so now he's a family friend. Now I see how your warped histrionic brain made that into a reality. Flavor Stack Ignatius, $10, thank you. I bet he found the Archbishop of Canterbury coronation inspirational. Circumcised the women. There has been speculation about where he went to get baptized, because he technically did it in 9 months. He said the middle of 2023, which is like the summer. And then in April of 2024. So it was less than a year that he got it. I don't know enough, but I know that something's wrong. This feels like BLM in 2014 right now, where I go, listen, I don't know how to explain it, but it feels wrong. It's as far as I've gotten so far. The Gray Slayer, $5. The like to view ratio too low, like the stream fellows. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. I don't know how much of this is, as he would say, detractors. So you stated that you were a communist for the year you were studying for your baptism. You have bits and pieces of my life. Oh, wait a minute. No. You claim to have been a communist pretty much the whole time during your catechumenate. Yeah, something I was wrong about and was advised about with my priest. Right, but you were like a communist the whole time. You said from 2023 to 2024, you were studying for your baptism, and you were a mega communist 2023 to 2024. That is what you said. And you would think he would remember when he started his journey to become a Christian. Nope. It's like a pair of shoes he had. Completely forgettable to him. Can't lock down those dates somehow. I wasn't a content creator then. I had no idea I'd be here. Do you want a signed letter from my priest? Because I could call him right now. Dramatic or exaggerated emotions. Impressionistic and vague speech. Okay? Shifting and shallow emotions. Okay? It's just the best way to describe it. You think I was vlogging my catechism? Now imagine me and him are having a conversation, okay? I'm going right to TOS, dude. Are you kidding me? All I said was you claimed to have been a communist pretty much the whole time. And maybe he would go, I did? Can you pull up what I said and I can clarify it? I would then pull up what he said. And then he would go, yeah, when I said that about the ACP, that was probably, I probably overestimated it. I mean, when I think about it, yeah, probably like even before 2024. Yeah, that right there. And I would have to walk back what I said. But no, we can't do that. We have to play the guessing game. Now, mind you, I am never looking to back someone into a corner and give them no way out. There's always a way out. I can imagine what he could have said. That would be reasonable and not this. You think I was vlogging my catechism? You stated that you were a communist for the year you were studying for your baptism. So going back to the prompt, back to the claim. You have bits and pieces of my life from a time where I wasn't publicly documenting everything, and you're here making gigantic assumptions about my character. Assumptions? So am I wrong? At this point, you should be able to definitively say I'm incorrect, but I'm making assumptions. That's the issue. Are these assumptions right or wrong? It seems correct, because if I was wrong, you'd say I'm wrong, and I'm going to beat everybody over the head with that. I have a lot of Orthodox Christians in my audience, and notice the tone right now of us going back and forth, all right? He's rage posting over here, up and down, talk to his priest. I'm going to talk to his priest on the phone. I have a lot of Orthodox Christians in my audience, William, and it raised a lot of questions with most of them. I mean, how do you come back from that? Like, I'm being reasonable here. It's not even just me. People in my audience were like, that's kind of weird. Kissing his baptismal saint and talking about how expensive it is and collecting money while showing it on stream and profusely shoving it in the camera. Generally, that's a more reserved, sacred item you have there. Yes, at the beginning, I love this. Yes, at the beginning of my catechism, I was associated with the ACP, American Communist Party. Something I've spoken about several times. Okay, so at the beginning. So that sounds like it ended in the beginning. Yes, that was in the beginning. And then he goes, by the end of it, I was no longer with them. Okay, well, that might mean you were with them for the 8 out of the 9 months you were studying. At the beginning of it, but by the end of it, yeah, so then pretty much the whole time, it still stands to exactly what I said. No, William, even toward the end of your catechism, now, I'm making a direct claim about his life, okay? I'm telling him, think of how crazy this is. Think of how easy this would be to disprove. He can easily just lie. like, I'm telling Vrillium, he was, at the end of his catechism, he was involved with the ACP by his own admission. This is what you said. You're lying again. And I covered this on stream, okay? And he goes, my catechism ended Holy Week 24. Okay. So am I right or wrong? Dude. He just throws out a random fact, always obfuscating. He's so mooey. He's so mooey. He's so mooey. Oh, this would drive me crazy if I actually talked to him. Now you're saying you were associated with the ACP. Now, as I covered in the last stream, he said he was foundational to the founding of it, okay? He loves the word association. He's just associated. Associated with Rift, associated here, just associated. He said he was foundational to the founding of the ACP. Mind you, the ACP was founded in November of 2024, and he was baptized in April of 2024. This is just what he said. He said, well, it wasn't ACP at the time. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. You said you were associated with the ACP. Now you're saying that when you've publicly stated you were foundational to the ACP. And he goes, well, it wasn't the ACP at the time. It was just called mega communism back then. Yes. And you said you were still a mega communist in 2024. Okay. So then you were a communist for the majority of the time you were studying for your baptism. And that explains the abrasion on your palm. Damn, I'm good. Can you feel it, huh? Can you feel it, Captain Compost? The day of redemption is at hand. Repent, and thou shalt be saved. Excuse me. The ACP wouldn't go public until way later. Go ask them if they like me. This isn't about them liking you. This is about you were a communist for the majority of the time you were studying for your baptism. That's what I'm saying. You're not saying it's wrong. You're not saying, you're constantly obfuscating. This is my criticism of Vrillium. You can't know anything about him, okay? Fellas in the chat, understanding the Ace Ventura. I don't know how much I nailed it. That was in the moment just then. That came from my soul. I have to go back and check how much I nailed that. I might have nailed it. I didn't even know that quote was going to get all God at the end. I just, in my mind, Captain Compost and my autism led me through the rest of it. That was ordained, fellas. Okay, here we go. Yeah, but the ACP wouldn't go public until way later. Ask them if they like me. Right. They became the ACP in November of 2024. And he goes, why does it matter? I'm not with them anymore. I publicly debate them all the time. And I said, I'm noticing that really no communities like you, William. He goes, yes, Holy Week was in like April. Right. So you were still with them. You were foundational to the creation of the ACP. So you were a communist the entire time. You were studying for your baptism. Do you see how repetitive this is? I mean, this is about his own life. Mind you, he's transparent, okay? Mind you, he's an open book, and I can't squeeze this out of him. I'm making a claim. Imagine if I made a claim about any of you, about your past, and I'm like, this is what you did in your past. You should easily be able to give me a yes or no and an explanation, right? He's a fucking female. He's a fucking broad dude. I'm going to explode. Oh my, okay. Ahem. And I said, which is why you were stuck talking to a black tranberry 2 months ago instead of all these contacts you have. He's always name dropping, talking about I was in with this person, in with getting sponsors, Mr. Big Shot. Nobody wants to do content with this guy. Nobody. Except for who? A black tranberry and Elijah Schaefer. What does that say about Vrillium? That those are the people that want to talk to him. Oh, and a groyper. What is his name? Beardson, who just talked to him just to make fun of him. There's 3. Okay. You're stuck talking to a black tranberry, and he goes, I chose to do that show. I'm going to... Yeah, that's the fucking criticism, you fucking idiot. Yeah. I chose to suck that dick. Yep. Right. Yeah, the criticism is the choice. Yeah. I chose to get gaped by a dude. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You did choose that. Absolutely. Right. Now, why did you choose that? Do you see how annoying this is? What I'm showing you is 5-hour fights that I've had with girlfriends, dude. I'm having flashbacks. I'm having like a trauma response to these conversations right now, dude. And back then, I'd record stuff and go, am I going crazy? Am I going fucking crazy? But everyone's going to take the side of the female, right? Everyone taking the side of Vrillium. That's easy compared to me trying to state my case when nobody wants to say the female is wrong. And you go, hey, that's just how they are. That's fucking crazy then. That's fucking psychotic then. I chose to do that show. And yeah, my contacts are normie media through my father. What about his... Okay, so then he doesn't have contacts with the Rift. Young Republicans? What is he talking about? His contacts are in normie media, okay? Big shot stuff. He doesn't have any contacts in this dissident sphere, which is why he always targets groypers. I don't understand. So now he doesn't have contacts. So now he doesn't have contact with the Rift. Okay. Always going. It's so Ouroboros. I said, thanks for proving my point. Mind you, this is two spurging at each other. A lot of stuff is probably spelled incorrectly by me because I'm just yelling into my phone. Thanks for proving my point. You made it seem like it was just the beginning when you've now confirmed that you were a mega communist for the majority of your catechumenate. And he goes, okay, and... You make it already cry. What does that have to do with anything? So the entire time, how mooey is this? How left-coded, how commie-coded is this? That argument was over nothing. He couldn't just say that, yeah, I was a commie the whole time I was studying for my baptism. Oh! Fellas, how many times have you been in a fucking argument with a woman and at the end she just goes, yeah, and then you go, well, why the fuck did we argue the last hour? And she goes, I don't know. This is... I imagine it's got to be a neglect in his family, dude. He's got to be neglected and brought up by the internet. And then he's femcoded from being a commie. I don't know. How else do you fucking explain this? What does that have to do with anything? That was my claim to you. I said, you said you've made contacts with young Republicans, and you also said you were supposed to collab with Andrew Wilson. I believe I showed that yesterday. Tell me about your alleged collab you were supposed to do with Andrew Wilson. Do I have it? Do I have it? Can I jump to it? You don't know how extensive these notes are, okay? If we go here, what did he say? Andrew Wilson was a family friend? Oh, yeah. All right. Look at that. Beep, boop. Interesting. So he doesn't answer about Andrew Wilson, of course. Nor should he.
Live. Who the fuck? Like, dude, it's so stupid. And then the actual platform, oh, it's just garbage. I mean, look at this. What is Steven Crowder even doing? Oh, Andrew Wilson, I like him. He's a friend of the... He can't think about what he's going to say before he says it. So he has to start a lie, and as the lie is happening, he goes, that's the wrong lie. Let me revise it as I'm saying it. Even doing?
Oh, he wanted to say friend of the show.
Oh, Andrew Wilson, I like him. He's a friend of the show, family friend of the show, I suppose. So I like him. Well, they have shorts now.
He's a family friend of the show. He has normie contacts, but Andrew Wilson is a family friend of the show. None of it makes any sense, dude. He's fucking crazy. He's legitimately mentally ill, okay? Which makes sense. Those are usually good artists. All right? Good content creators. He makes great videos. Criticize the Indians, but he's fucking crazy. And don't be surprised when people keep giving him shit. That's all I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you that right now. I'm getting out in front of it. Took me 9 days ago. This guy's cool. Looked into him. Hey, guys, I found some information. Cleared it up. Just like that, fellas. Just like that. So, oh my God. So I'm thinking to myself, dude, why did you have to talk to a black Tranberry? Why did you have to talk to these people? Surely you could have found some nice white men to talk to, right? Like, he said he made contacts with the young Republicans, okay? That was the whole gala. He went to a Young Republicans gala thing, and that's where the whole slap happened with Beardson, where he met Nick Fuentes, okay? You have any contacts from there that want to have you on and talk about this? And he said, the Young Republicans is a political group, not a podcast. Okay, well, usually, William, Mr. Know-It-All media mogul, okay? Usually, you network in that political group, and then you meet people who also, it's very popular to make content right now, William, okay? I know they don't have a podcast, but usually you would meet someone through that and do content with them instead of finding a fucking nibbler tranny. Damn it, I said it. A Tranberry. I'm getting mad. He's trying to be retarded. The Young Republicans is a political group, not a podcast. That right there started to set me off. And I was like, you just denied it, then admitted it. I said you were duplicitous, and it's like you don't even realize how you're being duplicitous. He goes, my contacts are Wall Street guys and people in D.C. You fucking TOS. Mr. Big Shot over here. Mr. Big Shot has to go on victim radio, dude. No, you're nitpicking on something I don't have a calendar of. My baptism had stopped. By my baptism, I had stopped talking to the ACP guys. Yeah. So let's say it took you 9 months to get baptized, and at month 8, you stopped talking to them. Why? I believe my claim was the majority of the time you were being baptized, you were a fucking communist! Do you see this goes in circles, dude? It's not fun. It's not fun to deal with. I said, holy fuck, dude, it's like you're trying to be retarded. It's networking. You usually know people through networking, especially if you're involved in media. You wouldn't have had to go on the Black Tranberry podcast if you actually had the connections you say you have. That's how media works. That explains the abrasion on your palm! And you're just leeching off your dad. He's like, dude, the YR is the Young Republicans. They don't do dissident stuff publicly. Half the org is mooish. It's literally an NYC. What contacts, dude? Okay, so then you don't have any contacts. Then you're a lone content creator who doesn't have any contacts. So don't say that Andrew Wilson is a family friend. I'm gonna have to take a break in just a moment. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. I'm having a flashback to arguments that I've had. Relationship ending arguments, dude. This is what they do. This is what women do. This is like talking to a fucking woman. This is why they can't vote. This is why they can't fucking preach. Because too many of them are like this behind closed doors. And they don't show it to you. Okay? By the time you know you're dealing with a person like this, it's too fucking late. By the time you're here, it's too fucking late, fellas. Okay? And still, right, so you were a mega communist for the majority of the time you were studying for your baptism. And he goes, the catechism was a year. I had to smoke a cigarette. I had to take a fucking break, dude. Oh my God. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Here, I'll give you some of this.
Day live from my studio somewhere on planet Earth, as my house was doxxed, people might know, criminally doxxed due to a $5 million lawsuit from the FBI director's girlfriend. And this definitely is just a civil suit that doesn't involve the government, even though she had the Department of Homeland Security.
Dude, I'm so mad right now. I can't even find the fucking button.
Tweet out that I'm a liar. The assistant secretary,
I'm seeing red.
secretary of the Department of Homeland Security say, try to defame me. And then you go, well, how's that related to Alexis? Well, she retweeted it showing collusion between Alexis and the federal government in undermining and destroying my reputation. Joining me to talk about these stories today and so much more is Lily Gaddis, who recently herself has just come under a lot of scrutiny. She's being attacked financially and through censorship. Lily, welcome to the show.
What's up, Elijah? Glad to be back. While you're on the run, maybe I will be on the run soon. Who knows? They're really out to get us.
Yes, they absolutely are. And also joining us, Will Sexton, known as Vrillium. He's a rising star on Instagram, joining us, also rising on X. And he has a new show coming out that we're all very excited about. Will, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me all right? Am I coming in all right?
Turn up your mic a little bit, probably.
Oh, a little bit? Yeah, sorry. I just moved. I'm setting up my new little studio getup. So everything's a little bit new for me in terms of going live remote. But thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And looking forward to the show.
All right. Shout out to everybody who's there. You also might want to center yourself just a little bit because we're getting a little feedback as well from your, I'm going to mute you for a second here. We're getting a little feedback in your mic here. But listen, guys, we got to talk about this. So you guys are probably familiar with this. Don't worry, Lily, it's not you. We got a lot of crazy stuff going on here, particularly about this case going on with Candace Owens. Now, if you're joining us today from YouTube, from Rumble, shout out to you guys who are there. This is a holiday season. Numbers are low. People are not watching. The attacks are out. But, all of our lives are fully okay right now. And I want to bring this up. That I think is really interesting. I'm actually make this a little bit smaller. So Candace Owens, if I can go to her page here, she had just announced something very, very dark and sadistic that was happening to her. In fact, she actually was being targeted by somebody, in a high-ranking official. She said this: 2 days ago, I was contacted by high-ranking employee of the French government. She says, and determining this person's position and proximity to the French couple, I have deemed the information they gave me to be credible. It's enough to share publicly in the event that something happens. In short, this person claims that Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. Okay, claim number one, huge, all right? So she's saying that right after Charlie Kirk was murdered and the FBI several months before this foiled a plot from a Muslim extremist, from my understanding, to murder her, she says, yes, you've read that correctly. More specifically, that the green light was given to a small team in the National Gendarmerie, I don't know how to say it, Gendarmerie Intervention Group. Who knows, guys? I am told that there is one Israeli that is on this assassination, as there always is, and the squad plans were formalized. Again, this person provided concrete proof that they are that they are well placed within the French government apparatus. Further to this point, the person claims that Charlie Kirk's assassin trained with the French Legion's 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement. This is deadly serious, by the way. Journalist Xavier Possard, life is also at risk. The head of the state of France apparently wants us both dead and has authorized professional units to carry this out. Now, if you're watching this, by the way, on if you're one of our blind viewers, as I call it, listening on podcasts, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, you would know this is from her X account. This is written by Candace. She said, I ask that every person retweet and share this. I do not know who in the American government can be trusted, since the source claims our leaders are aware. But I have more specific information, which is definitively verifiable, should they care about to reach out to me, to the brave official in France who did this because they were so moved by the evil of Charlie's public execution to risk their own life. May God bless you. Truly, all will be revealed. Now, obviously, we have a lot to talk about that, but one of the things I want to mention before we jump into that is something extremely important. Guys, don't forget, we are sponsored by Blackout Coffee. Blackout Coffee is a small, humble, roasted, full bean coffee. Now, many of you guys know I don't like a lot of things in my life black. Okay, I don't like my communities. I don't like my neighbors. I'm just kidding. Okay, but I don't like a lot of things. But I do love coffee with a little bit of creamer, a little bit of milk, whatever it is you like in there. I love how sweet it tastes. And one of the important parts about this Blackout Coffee is batch roasted. They're not like Black Rifle Coffee where they claim to support our values, but they don't actually do so. This company, full-fledged, came into us and they're like, bro, we want to support your show. Now, here we got a problem. Apparently, people are not buying the coffee. The people that have bought it have said it's amazing, but some people are like, yeah, I already buy coffee from somewhere. So we've got a couple days left. Unless we reach the minimum, they're like, look, we want to support you. We're going to support you as long as we can, but people have to buy the coffee. So if you haven't already, for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, grab yourself a bag of this. We got to sell like 20 more bags by the end of the week. So it's 100 bags total to keep the sponsorship. They're willing to come on. By the way, I can hook you up, Lily. There's a bunch of sponsors I'm going to help get you. We'll talk about your cancellation, the attempt to silence you. And one thing that I'm good at is people with large audiences like yourself. I can get you people easily, and Will knows I'm working on getting him sponsors. People without a huge audience yet, I can work on that. But it's okay, Will. You're in my audience are not as big as Lily's, but it's not the size that counts. It's how you use the audience, they say. But Blackout Coffee is delicious. It's smooth. It's creamy. I like their light roast. Check it out at blackoutcoffee.com/rift, BLACKOUTCOFFEE.com/RFT. Use promo code RIFT for 20.
Dootin' pig and elephant DNA just won't splice. Remember that from South Park? Communist and Orthodox DNA just don't splice. It just don't make any sense, dude. Oh, while we're here. Do I have it? He talked. He talked for a straight 7 minutes to Elijah. He went on for 7 straight minutes talking to him. Oh, it's critically embarrassing. Okay. Catechism was a year. Yes, it was. This is my criticism of you in the stream. You're duplicitous and you just go in circles. So I don't even know why you're mad when it turns out we agree. I was right. This is what you do. You're still the gay little boy you always were. Dude, Lord forgive you. Where is your shame? Huh? That's something a gay guy would say. That's something a gay would say. Oh, you called me a... Yeah, and you say, look, I said MAGA commie. I'm into my phone right now. I'm like, yeah, and you said you were a MAGA commie for a year. He's not even reading what I'm saying. This is like talking to a schizophrenic person. This is like 2 schizophrenic people talking to each other now that I'm reading it. He said, are you a convert? What's your parish? Let me speak to your presbyter if this is how you act with people. Oh, I love it. On Victim Radio, you literally just talked about how you only care about getting popular and you're insatiable and you just care about getting more popular. And he said, no, I didn't. He didn't listen to it. We just listened to it on stream. Oh, he's constantly lying. Oh, this is why. Like, I wouldn't want to make content with him. And then some bullshit pops up. I can't put my name on supporting someone that behaves this way. Your entire response is extremely embarrassing because it doesn't address anything in the stream. He said, I want my content to perform better. That's what I said. It's not what he said. All you did was reaffirm what I accused you of in the stream. We listened to the whole thing on stream. You're back to lying again. Lord forgive you. I see why my content dwarfs yours. You're being a snake. Damn, he didn't call me a liar, though. You guys notice that? You guys notice he never said I wasn't telling the truth, that I wasn't lying? They'll call you dumb. They'll act indignant. They ain't gonna call you a liar, though. Huh. Pull up a photo of Ethan is online and compare. Oh, my God. Lordy Lord. Oh, Lord, forgive you. That is a good one. That is a good one. Love it. Vrill is a phenotypical match to that commie. Communism is genetic, and it's making me a eugenicist. That is a good one right there. That is quality stuff. New GM, $5. Thank you. Damn, I'm slow. This guy is Buck Sexton's kid? No. James Sexton's kid. And James Sexton and Andrew Wilson had a debate. You can look it up. Limiting principle, $2. Thank you. You should look at his new X post. Why is that being said to me? What X post am I supposed to be looking at? Why is that being said to me? What is this in reference to? Well, I am blocked. He did. That's the thing too. The way that he blocked me was he said a bunch of stuff and then blocked me. It wasn't like I was spamming him. No. Is it this? I've come to the conclusion my persona just deeply confuses the low IQ. Anyone above a certain IQ threshold gets me entirely and doesn't need constant explainers about me, my views, or my life. It's only people in the 85 to 90 range that don't understand. You aren't complicated. You are a garden variety narcissist theater kid. Yep. The fact that you think only geniuses could ever possibly hope to understand you is more proof of your garden variety narcissism. Okay, this is the tweet. Excellent. Yeah. Okay. And then you see, but this is the thing, like from an audience, and this is what happens with James Lindsay. They look at his content and they go, oh, good content. They don't see how he's behaving, how he's alienating himself, because this is a sphere of what? Influence. And you're talking about politics. So you're talking about what direction you want things to go in. You can't build a coalition with this guy. He talks about coalition building. He's only in it for himself. Nobody wants to fucking touch him. Dude, you had your ass out acting like a Tranberry all over the internet. It doesn't take a genius IQ to know that you're a bad representation of a movement. Right. Do you guys know anything about the Mr. Girl drama? The Mr. Girl Destiny drama? Mr. Girl was a pro-pedo type of guy. And he was trying to uncover, he did this report, this document on all of Destiny's sexual transgressions, okay? And the conclusion people came to was like, give that, President Sunday said this to him, give that to other people. You are not the person for this message because of how volatile of a person you are. And that's what's happening with Vrillium. But he doesn't want anyone to judge him as a... Yep, it's IQ. That's it. Not the fact that you were a cross-dressing, sodomizing leftist 5 minutes ago. It's the other people who were the problem. Oh, this is hilarious. Cope, you have demonstrated zero competency at anything. I'm not even including anything that requires actual cognitive horsepower. You're at the level where you think being polite equals high IQ. High IQ. I fucking despise you retards. Yeah, so he gets really, yeah. So anyway, so fellas, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I cannot collaborate with him. I never told anyone to stop watching his content, by the way. His edited content is great. Now, his streams are a little weird and wacky. He really says folks, all the time. It's kind of weird, kind of strange. He's still a lefty. He has unresolved leftism, okay? He says he's dissident right. He says he's not right wing, okay? He's in the political sphere when he has no sense of his own identity, okay? Lord forgive you. I see why my content dwarfs yours. You're being a snake, and yet I haven't insulted you at all. And if you said you wanted to hash this out, hash what out? I'm showing you lying over and over again. See, with it, this is what these people like to do. They want to talk to you so they can morph what's happening, gaslight you in real time. He gets unlimited respawns. He can be wrong. He already admitted he didn't watch it. And then the whole tirade he went on is null and void because that had nothing to do with the video. We forget about that. And then if we're talking, the one time that I slip up or say something incorrectly, then that's going to be the focus of the conversation. I've seen it 1,000 times. You see it with Andrew Wilson all the time. And yet I haven't insulted you. Hash this out, I would do so gladly. All forgiven, as Christ commands. But your pride is so high. Lord forgive you. This is disgusting. That's the devil. That's the devil inside of him saying that, okay? There's a good person inside of William Sexton, okay? I see it sometimes. You'll notice when he's lying, his tics go off the charts. I might have some examples of that. But when he's cogent and making a good point, I should even show you where I agree with him. I'll probably do that toward the end, where I'll show you like what parts of his rhetoric I agree with, but I have to divorce the rhetoric I agree with from the person I'm agreeing with. I can't hitch a wagon to this guy. You didn't even watch the stream. You don't even know what my criticism is. I don't have a free 3 hours to sit and watch this slop. Then shut the fuck up, fatty. Then shut up, homo. You don't like that. I criticized you. Now, if he doesn't like what the criticism is, well, that's respectable. But he doesn't like that. I criticized him. Very different. I wasn't done reading these. Lolbert Arian, $5, thank you. Artie's lol cows promised him 3,000 years ago are producing copious amounts of milk lately. Man, I've just watched a lot of behaviors happen for a long time now, and I really appreciate that you guys let me spurg about it, you know? Bear in the Woods, $5. This all reads as Vril Bill being big mad that someone noticed that he's a subversive infiltrator. Why he chose to shed the ACP at the very end? Optics. I mean, that's what I would assume. Mind you, I could narrativize and speculate to high heavens. I could make that speculation, but I'm not. I'm leaving it at, I don't know, and it's confusing. That's where I leave it at. I could go into a whole crazy speculation that wouldn't even be that crazy. It would be the most reasonable thing that I could possibly think of. But I still resist doing that. Samar, 750 of what the fuck is that? Why aren't you an ortho bro? Because you sound more Christian than most people online. I'm confused. Well, a lot of people are, okay? Now, I don't want to say the reason why publicly, all right? I can be a pretty compelling person. And it would be irresponsible for me to say why publicly, just in case it would steer people away from God, okay? I'm a complicated guy, all right? I've come to many of the conclusions that I've come to without God, which, by the way, is evidence for there being a God that I'm still rectifying, okay? The Gray Slayer, $5, thank you. Get a job, Beardson. Yes. He was like, dude, I can help you get a job, dude. As we showed in a, a Discord message with Vrillium's father, he was like, this is your last chance. It sounds like, if I were to speculate, his father is still paying for his lifestyle. I don't know how he makes money. We looked at his LinkedIn. He has no work history. Daddy's been paying for everything. I don't know if they made a deal where he goes to fucking catechumenate, gets baptized. That was a part. I don't know. And I'll never know because I can never believe what he's saying. To the chickens, $5. If we couldn't gatekeep him 5 minutes in, we're all better off joining Return to the Land. At least they can gatekeep properly. I mean, this is like a step before gatekeeping. This is, I am waiting for like a justification of his behavior, which is very hard to find. This is terrific. Jam, $10. Thank you so much. I want to like Vrillium. I agree. Because I feel like he can be redeemed. I don't agree. Into what we need. I would like that. It just seems like he is pushing too hard too fast. I completely agree. No good moral foundation. I completely agree. The time that it would take, I'd have to like personally talk to him. All right. It would take too much time. It would have to be like starting, let's go back to kindergarten. Okay. It would have to be so much work to put into this person. It's honestly like somebody with like cluster B. It's like, not CBT. What is it? DBT. It's dialectical behavioral therapy where he would have to say these things out loud, hear how they sound, and correct them. It would have to be a whole process. He would have to desire it. But yes, the issue is he pushes too hard, too fast. He loves that legitimacy. And as he said to the Black Tranberry, he is insatiable. More. He just wants more, which is just commie, not ortho. When he grabbed $5, he confused degeneracy with dissident and never got corrected. I know, but he's like, I'm an open book, and he still deals with degeneracy. What does that mean? No clarification. Saint Smitty, $5, thank you. Bro, I still can't get over your first sentence to Vril, literally saying that he's cool, but you're going to convince everyone he is fucking on the target clapping rainbow? I don't quite understand that. Thank you for that. I mean, hey, I will push someone before getting to know them, okay? Time's ticking right now, fellas, okay? I'll take that chance and go, hey, I'm going to push this person. And then, as you've seen now, I go, oh, nope, never mind. Here's why I can't push this person. But I like to like people. I want to like people. I'm not black-pilled. I want to like people. I start them off liking them, wanting the best for them, hoping that they can be on board. Matt Kemp, new member. Dude, I'm going to let you know right now. Members only streams. The 2 Isaiah streams. And then the public Isaiah stream. 10 hours of content, easy. Also, there's some lore about your boy Artie from like 2017, 2019. Videos that I recorded that I somehow serendipitously hung on to share behind the paywall. Leningrad, $5. Mr. I'm me. Look at my personality. Has no idea who he was talking to. Matt Kemp, damn you, Artie. Darn you, Artie. I can't unhear the folks now. Folks. Fellas. Flavius Acanacius for $20, man, just like that. Fellas, we have a chat.
And now the Chad does what the Chad wants. And no one is stopping him because Chad does what Chad wants.
Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. The Nala Rays are in the same Christian camp at this point. I know, but as I said last stream, Andrew Wilson didn't hop on board and bash her. He goes, they're seeking redemption. Now we have the redemption process. And then she started proselytizing. And then he goes, now we can turn our back. You have to give him a chance. Anyways. Samar, is Remnant dyslexic because he can't read? I don't know, but that boy has a good heart. He is too pure for this space, okay? He is too moral and too pure for this space. But I get a good feel from him. He just seems naive. I think he was homeschooled. He's 24. He's Christian. And he's encountering this cesspit of the internet. Me, I'm 40, believe it or not. And I grew up around unbelievable degeneracy, fellas. I could storytell like an old man all the time. But what I've seen, and I've talked to these people, I've been inside these women, okay? I know them inside and out. So there has to be some flexibility and integration of your moral system to navigate these choppy waters, I would say. I don't have 3 hours to sit and watch this slop. You were proudly talking about being a degenerate and a deviant with a black Tranberry on that podcast. We all heard it. We all listened to it. And now you're lying about something we all listened to. He goes, yeah, that's part of me. I'm complicated and an honest person. And I said, so am I. That's why I have an actual community. So is he still a degenerate? He's an open book? A tenuous grasp on his own identity. I explicitly said that this is why I'm not a Christian content creator. Yes, you have said this over and over again. No one said you were. I'm not a content creator. I'm not a content creator who is Christian. The way he phrases things is so fucking confusing, dude. My faith is deeply important to me. And sure, I'm edgy and I do dumb shit, but that's my personal struggle and my personal journey. This is commie shit, right? This sounds like commie shit. You do not hold You are a baptismal saint with reverence. You do not treat that as sacred, as it is intended to be used when you flaunt it on stream while receiving money, while talking about how materialistically expensive it is, while kissing it, while shoving it in the camera. Didn't say I was wrong about that either, did he? And a real faithful wouldn't stream about that. You're not faithful at all. Who is... Okay, so no one's taking moral cues from you. We already agree on that. I thought we settled that. No one gives a fuck what you think morally. I said you're denying what you said. We all heard what you said. Yeah, and I'm friends with sinners. So is Christ. Well, is he... hold on, I'm sorry. I thought he didn't know the Black Tranberry. So is he friends with the Black Tranberry? And you didn't even listen to the stream. That's not the criticism. He goes, then what is? I'm like, you don't even know what the criticism is because you didn't watch the stream. And this is what a gaslighter does. They have you explain yourself over and over and over again. You can write it down. You can type it to him. You can make a video about it. You can say it in this very conversation. And then he goes, well, then what is the criticism? I mean, this is not fruit. This is why I make content on these people. It's not a fruitful conversation. I would love to have a contentious conversation with a person on stream. This is a waste of my fucking time. I'd rather have a 20-minute private conversation like this and just talk about it on stream, dude. This is fucking infuriating. What have we been talking about the entire time? You don't even know what the criticism is because you didn't watch the stream. You're commenting on something that you have no idea about. And this is the criticism of you. You have no depth. You're vapid. You're completely insincere in the things that you say. This is why you keep contradicting yourself. And I showed many of your contradictions on stream. The craziest part of this is that none of this even matters because my content isn't even about any of this. I have never said anything bad about his edited content. I've always said that I like his content. I've hyped his content on stream. We are constantly shifting the goalpost, dude. This is like not so erudite right now. It's like talking to a leftist broad. You are now further embarrassing yourself by proving to everyone you didn't watch the stream and you addressed none of the criticisms in the stream. I never said your content was about any of this. Again, all you can do is avoid anything I actually said in the stream. You want to talk about anything except for what I said in the stream. Yeah, I'm not going to dignify your tiny-ass stream where you bumble around my personal life. He didn't watch the stream. Like, as a Christian, can you really say this? Like, you're making up what I said. You admitted you didn't. This is what Hassan Piker does. With Ethan Klein's content nuke of Hassan Piker, Hassan refused to watch it, yet still commented on it. This is a commie tactic. Because then he has plausible deniability. He never has to address the criticism if he says, I'm never going to watch that. Anyways, I'm going to talk about it. He's still a commie. Oh, but well, what about this characteristic of him? He acts like a fucking commie. You could have invited me to be interviewed live. I would have happily obliged. Invited to be... Motherfucker, I have conversations, okay? I don't do interviews. I tried doing an interview with Eric Arval, and I did not enjoy it, okay? I have to... It's tough for me to, like... The interview format's very tough for me. Also, I don't believe anything you're saying. Awkward interview. Cool. All you did was prove me right. And when I said on the stream, he goes, prove what right? It just goes in circles, dude. This is less than an hour of typing to him. You're insisting on commenting on the stream when you have no idea what was said. This is how you're insincere and how you have no depth as a human being. What I said on stream about you, that's what I'm saying about you now. He goes, please tell me what could possibly be the ulterior motive here. Clout? Attention? Needs to be the center of attention? Hey man, I'm just Vrillium. I'm just me. but I'll use groypers. I'll use Orthodox Christianity when convenient, but never stand by any of these things I claim about myself. You're showing everyone you didn't watch the stream. You're responding to none of the criticism from the stream. All you're doing is reading from your same boilerplate script that you've been repeating for the past couple of months. What could I possibly be trying to secretly gain from what I do? It's not a secret! You said it less than 2 months ago to the Black Tranberry. Openly, unabashedly. You're insatiable. It's never enough for you. You get along with women more than you get along with men. He wears a just be gay, dude. Just be gay. It's 2026. Just be gay. Everything will fall into place if you just be gay. Yeah, because you're the 500th person to have this conversation with me. All of my criticisms of Vrillium are brand new. All the other criticisms are just calling him a Tranberry and calling him just calling him gay. I am specifically talking about post-baptism, his behavior, and why people don't trust him, and why content creators do not want to align with him. All of these are new criticisms. But honestly, just be gay. Everything will fall into place if you are who you are, okay? Because he acts gay. Not acting gay, just a regular... No. Behind closed doors, we heard the conversation. He didn't know anybody would fucking listen to that conversation. I dragged everybody through that conversation. That dude is zesty. I'm only going to talk about you. I'm only going to talk to you about what I said that was incorrect on stream. You are having a histrionic meltdown right now. You can't possibly know that because you didn't watch the stream. I explicitly said that I wasn't going to make your past a focus, and I'm specifically focusing on what you said from less than 2 months ago. He said, it's not a meltdown. I'm just addressing this with you. He didn't address anything. He's constantly changing the subject. It's wildly offensive to go and do all of this publicly, but he's an open book, duplicitous, again, lying. All my stuff's out there, man. Okay. To do all of what publicly? You can't tell me what I said that was incorrect. This is my issue with you. You're mad at the truth. If you're really a Christian, you would just address what I said that was incorrect. But you can't tell me what I said that was incorrect. He goes, bro, fine. I'll go fucking watch the stupid stream. Or the stupid fucking stream. Fine, I'll go and watch it. Probably just do that in the beginning before we have a conversation, but excellent. This is a meltdown. You already wrote this big, long comment on stream before you even watched it. This is what makes you a lol cow. You're doing exactly what Son Piker did with the content nuke. You're insisting on talking about it, even though you didn't even watch it. Are you ready for this? He goes, all I'm getting so far is that you're upset that I'm friends with somebody who's a Tranberry. I thought he didn't know this person. And I thought he didn't know they were a Tranberry. So he says, all I'm getting so far is you're upset I'm friends with somebody who's a Tranberry. So he is friends with them? How am I supposed to interpret that? And that I have flamboyant tendencies? Buddy, I have flamboyant tendencies, okay? I wouldn't say... This is why I had to just show you guys. I get along better with women. Folks, I get along better with women than I get along with men. And like, oh my God, like, yeah, I went to the gala, and ladies, you wouldn't believe what happened. Like, for me to accurately do an impression of you, I would have to sound gay. What the actual fuck does any of this have to do with my content? I never made your content the issue. And he goes, you do realize you're helping the moose when you do this, right? I'm helping the moose by trying to take him down because what he's doing is so important, right? What he's doing is so important. Like, it's explicitly moose in Manhattan that are trying to shoot down my content, and you're just helping them. He pulls all, he doesn't, There's no move he can pull out. He really has no shame. He'll invoke Christ. He'll say, I'm helping the moose. Just tell me what I said that was incorrect. He couldn't even tell me that me making a declarative claim about his own past was incorrect. Dude, that's a level of plausible deniability I've only seen from the moose. I'm done with this conversation. If you want to hash things out in a meaningful way, I can't talk to him. All is forgiven, and we can talk as brothers. Talk as brothers. Thinks relationships are closer than they are. Talk as brothers. Nobody is your brother. No one builds a coalition with you. It's impossible. That's why I have to talk to Tranberries. If not, Lord forgive you for your insulting, for you seeking fake ways. And then he blocked me. What reason did he have to block me? Wasn't because I was lying. Okay. Let's wind her down. Let's wind her down. What do we got? I think we got some clips from this. I do. Oh, there it is. So, that having been said, he then did this stream where, and this is the main character syndrome, okay? You ask him a question, and he's like, I said this so many times. It's Vrillium live everywhere. You can find me everywhere.
YouTube, Instagram, Kick, throw the links. I just told you, I'm Vrillium live everywhere. Everywhere, okay? YouTube, Instagram, Kick, Rumble, MySpace. I'm fuck.
I could have easily said, how do you not know I'm an atheist? I literally have 4 streams called Atheist Lent Week. I could easily act like this, okay? But I don't expect everyone to know. I know what I've said. I can't expect everyone else to know what I've said.
Fucking Vrillium live everywhere. Everywhere. If you open up a platform and type in Vrillium live, you will find me. You'll find my beautiful face. Any platform. I don't know what, like, and there's a link tree. Right down here, there's a link tree. If you can't spell Vrillium live, I promise you, there's a link tree. You can click it and it'll take you everywhere. No, I like Kick. I like Kick more, but the problem is that Kick isn't algorithmic. And I have fans here on YouTube, and it's, you got to bring them over. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, so just multi-stream, right? I'm going to Rumble and YouTube right now, right? How he's talking about sponsors, and he's not even multi-streaming, dude. It's what somebody else said. He goes way too hard, way too fast. Way too hard, way too fast.
Okay? So I'm doing this as like a promotion thing, basically. But yeah, I can't speak very honestly. I can't speak.
I couldn't agree more. You can't speak. I should make that a drop. I can't speak very honestly. Let me get that for the ISO.
This is like a promotion thing, basically. But yeah, I can't speak very honestly. I can't speak very openly as much as I would like to. Now, I can speak a little bit. So like right here, okay? This was from today. So remember, what did Hegseth say? What did Hegseth?
Oh, this is great. $5 from White. Excellent. Thank you very much. Henry, $5. Thank you. He talks like a mooish spellcaster. Thank you. So I'm not going crazy. Fellas who have been in a toxic relationship or had a toxic, like, narcissist family member, dude, you know what I'm talking about, okay? There's nothing you can do about these people except for expose them. There's no rectifying. Matt Kemp, $20, man. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. Found you after Piers versus Nick debate. You're raked vid. Hilarious. Hilarious. What a way to find my channel. That was one of my more popular videos. And just so everyone can catch a glimpse of this thumbnail. This is the raked vid in question. That was fun to make. I want to thank you for all of you and Fist's work. Y'all have me crying, laughing every day. Awesome. Finally red pill my mom. Very cool. Just needed somebody besides Nick to show it. Thank you. And fellas. We can be chill about it. We get it. We get it. The moose. We get it. The moose. We get it, all right? Can't lose sight. Trying to foster community through humor. It's what keeps you going. You can get really black-pilled and focus on things you can't control. Focus on things you can control, which is what Matt Kemp did. It's a very meaningful comment, and it's comments like that that keep me going. Thank you very much for that. Flavinacious Echinaceous. Flavius Echinaceous. $10, thank you. Libs always obfuscate, deny, and shift the goalposts. Being direct and honest is the antithesis of their ethos. All pathos, no logos. These are behaviors, fellas. Thank you so much. You understand what I am doing, okay? These are behaviors. We've seen these behaviors. Some of us have encountered these behaviors in a myriad of ways. I want to show these behaviors so you can understand, because once you really, what are you going to follow them for 6 months? And then you've been hoodwinked again that you were following and supporting somebody, and then you feel like a moron for doing it? Took me 9 days, all right? We got shit to do. We got to speed this shit up, right? Bear in the Woods, $5, thank you. I'm done talking. I'm open for hashing things out. By the way, you're blocked forever. Former best frenemy. Thank you. Now, the average person doesn't notice these things, okay? That doesn't make me smart. That just means I've been around these types of people for a long time. So I understand if other people don't notice this, and I will take my time to do a stream to talk about it, and it means the world to me, fellas, that you stick around and hear me out. I've had to hold in these observations about people for fucking 20 years, I would say. I've been made to feel weird for fucking pointing shit out where I'm like, yeah, but I can show you exactly. Oh, you've recorded this person? Yeah, they're lying. That's how they get away with it. What do we got? We'll try to do these in order. Oh, fellas. Now let's talk about the hubris, okay? Wouldn't be Vrillium if we don't talk about the fat, sagging, dripping ego on this man. Are you ready?
I'm just saying. No, I can say whatever I want. And I could speak very, very fucking clearly and very loudly and say whatever I want. How fun would that be? It would be way more fun. I'm just saying.
Now imagine this for a second, okay? Imagine if I read this comment and they go, 20 years, I thought you were in your 20s. Imagine if I was like, how do you not know how old I am? I said how old I was. Imagine that. Obviously, you don't think that. And even though I've said how old I am in this very stream, I'm 40, by the way, I understand why somebody wouldn't know that. I don't care when someone says that because it makes sense that they wouldn't know that. Get over yourself.
No, I know I can dual stream. I know. I gotta set that up. It's a whole thing. I know. I gotta dual stream. I know. Ugh, I hate, dude. This whole game, it's tough. But okay. That being said, also be sure to follow me on X, which I use a lot during the streams. This is my X. Again, it's Vrillium Live. I mostly just post bullshit. I'm like a total shit poster. I'm always just posting dumb stuff all the time.
He is just basking in how funny he thinks he is on X, live, publicly, in front of everyone. He's his own biggest fan. It's incredible, dude.
Like, dude, I'm the funniest Twitter poster that I know. Like, you people don't appreciate.
You see, his edited videos are done really well, but he's on his live streams, he's so fucking unlikable. He's such a fucking unlikable, full of himself, unclear, shady person for his live streams that he really fucked himself doing the live streams.
Me enough, okay? You don't. And I've accepted this. You people don't appreciate me enough. The world, I am not me.
You people don't appreciate me enough. Now, I want you to think if he sounds ortho right now, 46,000 subscribers in the last month and 2.2 million views in the last month. You people, now, he did admit this, insatiable. It's never enough for him. You can never praise him enough.
Made for this world, okay? I am so ahead of my time. I'm so fucking funny, and people don't appreciate it. They don't get it. Like, I tweet stuff and I'm like, dude, this is a banger, and it doesn't go off. And then I'll tweet some like stupid.
He'll post something on X that's a banger and it doesn't go off. Incredible. Why didn't that take off? So but here's the thing. To be charitable, I'm done being mad, I think now. And now I'm going to be charitable, okay? So his growth is probably stunted, probably neglected by his parents, grew up on the internet, and wants instant gratification. Now, this is the point of like fucking going to orthodoxy, right? One of the least white things you can do is not have delayed gratification. That's why I enjoyed fasting. It's one of the whitest things you can do is fast and have delayed gratification.
Good shit, and it'll go off, and I'm like, dude, I'm not, the world does not appreciate my ineffable genius. Like, what's a good example of some shit?
Oh, thank you so much. Last remembrance for $10. Thank you so much. Sweet grown and baby Jesus Christ. This sounds like an AI remix of all the arguments with my ex-wife. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm glad you got out. I need to go outside and smoke myself when I quit smoking 8 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, dude. TNR FNV, $5. Thank you. My name is TNR FNV. Pronouns are he, him, and I have degenerate sensory overload. Okay. Hey, man, you standing on business. Okay.
I tweeted, this was funny. Like, what did I tweet? Did you guys see this one? The it's officially Iraq 3.
Now, this has been a growing
you guys see this?
criticism of his streams. This is called The White House is Lying About Iran, okay? Whatever the title is like 10 minutes of the stream, and it's him. He just loves the attention from the chat so much. Oh, he loves it. It's him. It's him glazing himself, dude. Yeah, but what about his content? What about what that says about an ortho bro? Someone says they're an ortho bro and we're not supposed to criticize that. Have some fucking humility. And if you have a message to put out there, focus on the message.
This was a instant gem. This was an instant gem. I think we all grew up with the prequel trilogy, but seems another trilogy is coming our way. Of course, I'm speaking about.
Holy shit. I didn't watch this part.
About this new Middle Eastern war.
He is just sitting there. I'll put something on that I've made for a be right back. Or if it's context to the stream, is he just watching his own content on stream?
Folks, it is a.
From RSA, went to a Jewish school, but the Muslim pop was about 2x the Jews. My bro once overheard the Hebrew teacher telling the history teacher,
because there's your current Africa from history correct on that when they meet up with me in Africa. Can you imagine me in Africa? Bro, look at me. Imagine me going to Africa, the dark continent. Look at me. Bro, like can you imagine?
Oh, wait a minute. He has friends and hold on. It's coming back to me now. Apparently, he has a connection in South Africa. I think was he supposed to go to? Is that what he's saying? South? He was supposed to go there?
Better, especially because, you know, I was actually supposed to go on that Africa trip. I was supposed to go. I was supposed to go to South Africa. And when they go the next time, because he goes a lot, my friends who go, I'm definitely going to go. So for all the African...
Always talking about what he's going to do, what he's about to do. Classic.
Vrillium fans, both white and black, be sure to meet up with me in Africa.
Yeah, there
Can you imagine me in Africa? Bro, look at me. Imagine me going to Africa.
Think of
the
it.
Dark continent. Look at me.
The last 5 minutes, I was trying to not get mad. I was trying to be charitable. The last 5 minutes of his content was him talking about how he's the funniest person on Twitter, watching a video of himself, and then going, oh, could you imagine me in Africa? What is this content? This is the side of him you don't see when you just watch his edited videos.
Bro, like, can you imagine me fucking Vrillium live in the motherland, the fucking cradle of civilization? Can you imagine that?
Could you imagine him there, fellas?
Fucking crazy. And I was supposed to go. They did like a whole tour. They went from Zambia to Zimbabwe to fucking all the way down to South Africa. And then they finished the trip at in Oranje.
Notice the ticks on the face. Look at that tick right there. Okay. The ticks increase when the lower the truth, the higher the ticks. Okay.
They did like a whole tour. They went from Zambia to Zimbabwe to fucking all the way down to South Africa. And then they finished the trip at in
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm making fun of his ticks. Yeah, I'm feeling that petty right now. Okay. So yes, Tourette's, right? Now, the ticks do increase when he isn't telling the truth. Now, we have a lot of ticks here. Now, also, a reason why Rift TV, we haven't even watched that. That's a crazy tick. I mean, these are distracting ticks when someone's delivering the news, okay? And that's not fair, okay? To make fun of his ticks like that. But he's been made fun of more.
You a white South African, the RSA? Are you? Here's my question, okay? If you're a white South African, if you're a British one, the question I guess doesn't matter. But if you're a Afrikaans, like if you're a Boer, like a Dutch one, like an Afrikaans or whatever, why don't you live in Oranje? That's my question, because I would move there. I would absolutely.
Would you? Eric Arval went there, and we talked to him about it. Yeah, dude, would you? Are you going to go to Return to the Land, dude, with your fucking Palestinian and fellas? Is it his girlfriend? He says it's his girlfriend, but he also says we're not together right now, okay? You can't believe anything he says about his life.
Absolutely move there. I would move to Oranje. I can't. I don't speak Afrikaans. I'm not a Protestant. I'm not a Boer. I literally have none of the qualifications, but I absolutely would move there. Got Indian Vrillium fans. Are there Indian Vrillium fans? I would love, hey man, I would love some Indian Vrillium fans. I'd go to India. I'd do it. You guys need to understand something about Vrillium, okay? I've been called many things.
And he's talking about himself in the third person, bro.
Many things in my time. I've been called the F word. I've been called the T word. I've even in some
Have you ever been called honest?
cases been called the N word. But the one thing you can't call Vrillium,
he is twitching out of control when he's saying this right now.
Live, Mr. William Sexton is a fucking coward.
And that's because of our conversation. So yeah, you're not a coward. Just like how, people that have no shame, right? In a way, they're not cowards because they will just humiliate themselves in a way that we would never do because they don't care about the truth. I'd rather be a pussy that's honest than a lying brave person.
Curry in a hurry. Mixed with Dutch and Malay. It's not so simple. Aranya is in the...
Now, let's find out what a neocon is, fellas, okay? This man's talking about politics. He's a history and politics YouTuber. Let's hear what a neocon is.
What does that mean? What is an ideological center? So in geopolitics, obviously, and this is loosened a little bit as of late, but countries usually follow some ideology. So America, we are a liberal internationalist, like,
okay, yeah, liberal internationalist, yeah.
Right now, neoconservative.
Neoconservative
country. Okay, what does that?
We're a neoconservative. Look at these ticks, dude.
I mean, we're very pro open market, fucking global free trade, etc., corporatocracy, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Okay.
He starts off by defining what we are and ends it with whatever the fuck you want to call it. There is no identity to this man. He doesn't believe in anything, but he's ortho. It's incredible.
Okay, whatever. That's the whole idea. Okay. Something like the Soviet Union, they were communists. They were Marxist-Leninists. That was the official denomination of communism, of Marxism. That was the Soviet Union, was Marxist-Leninism.
His finger is fully inside of his ear right now. That finger is digging for gold. That thing is in there, bro. Okay? And he does scratch the back of his head, but it's more like an effeminate playing with the hair, like a hair twirl.
Leninism gets you all mixed up in there.
Love the content. What are...
Oh, fellas, we got another name drop. Okay. So Andrew Wilson is the family friend of the stream, as he has said. Are you ready for another name drop?
They're not doing anything. Meanwhile, it's the Shias. It's the Shia militia of Hezbollah, and it's fucking Iran, which is the capital of Shiism.
Well, I've actually talked to Fist about this. Some people aren't meant to IRL stream. Streaming is way easier when I don't have to show my face. It's way fucking easier. It's so much easier. Then I'm not thinking about how I look. Then I don't want to have to like give off a certain face for a performative face or anything like that. I can focus way more on the content and storytelling and trying to tell things in a certain fucking order. I mean, dude, this is what I'm rocking with, okay? This is the time and effort that I put into this, okay? This is what I have. It's so much easier to refer to that and not have to see myself on stream and try to laugh or anything like that.
Those two are doing something about this. They're doing something about Al-Aqsa. They're doing
incoming name
about
drop
Palestine. And so a lot of Levant Sunnis are looking at this and going, maybe we should consider being Shia. And so I do think Shiism is going to grow in the region. Okay, what is this? Vril go to North Iraq and visit an Assyrian village. I would love to. I would absolutely love to. I would love to do a tour of Lebanon and Iraq and go to like the Christian areas. I would love to. Okay, you sent a question somewhere that you wanted me to answer. What do you think of Myron Gaines? I like him. He knows my dad.
He knows my dad. Is he in fucking kindergarten? What do you think of Myron Gaines? I like him. He knows my dad. He knows my dad. Let me guess, they work together. Is he another family friend of the stream?
Myron, but more specifically, the other one, Walter.
So Myron's friends with my dad, more specifically, the other one, Walter. It's changing it's Kabbalistic. It's changing and morphing as he's talking.
So fresh and fit, the fresh, that's Walter. He knows my dad very well. I don't think I'm at liberty to say why they know one another.
See, now, okay, so everything's plausible deniability. He knows my dad really well, but I can't really talk about it. It's the gnosis, right? It's the I have this like very special knowledge that you guys can't know, all right? Create interest. Like, yeah, it's totally like big time and everybody. Like, yeah, he knows my dad, but what? Did they do gay stuff together? What can you not talk about? They're not working on anything.
But they have publicly spoken, so I can say that they know each other. And I was going to go on with...
Hey, dude, listen. Hey, dude, listen here. Is that Tom Foe? That's so fucking cool. Fresh is not a good person. Yeah, bro, a lot. The whole fucking pickup artist, quote unquote, red pill thing is an absolute fucking nightmare. Okay. And a reason why is because the way that women are now, like, this is why I got out of the pussy game. This is why I've been abstinent for fucking 10 years now. Okay. I tapped out of the pussy 10 years ago. The pussy changed. Now, being a pickup artist, maybe, 10, 20 years ago, pussy had been that way for a long time. The pussy changed in the past 10 years, fucking dramatically. And so then there's going to be a lot, it's a market. Hey, how do I get with women? And then someone's going to try and give you some snake oil salesman fucking thing. At this point, it really has to involve going to fucking church, or at least an interest in going to church, dude. You're really rolling the dice with the fucking atheist broad nowadays, dude. It's too close to feminism. It's probably the fucking closest I could say. Very cool to see you here, though. My community says nothing but good things about you.
One figure who has now become quite controversial, who I used to make clips for. I think you guys know the one. I'm not going to for figure who.
What is he implying here?
Has now become quite controversial, who I used to make clips for. I think you guys know the one.
What? No, what?
I'm not going to say much after that, but I was going to go on, but that ended up falling through.
I do not believe that Artie has ever seen a vagina, and I say that with love. Oh, how dare you! Let me show you a picture of me having sex, then you'll respect me. That's fucking hilarious, dude. More of that. Always trash me for that.
If you visit RSA, a good trip for you, Arania, airplane emoji, Joburg, airplane emoji, / bus emoji, Durban, bus emoji, East London, car emoji.
Oh, imagine just having to let it read things to you. That sounds like it really interrupts things. What is this timestamp that I have for no apparent reason? Yes. No. Dude, this casual American media thing. Let me just show it to you again. All right.
It's every stream, you people for.
It's lying so openly in front of everyone. And I'm the only retard that wants to call it out. If we go to his channel, do you see how it also says casual American media? They don't do anything. They don't do anything. It's not a thing. They're just posting shorts of other people's content and trying to act like they're like some sort of fucking network. Here, you know what? Maybe I'm being a piece of shit, okay? Maybe I'm being unfair. Fellas, DM them to join the mission. You can't. You can't DM them. What is this? This also doesn't make sense. I just want things to make sense, okay? That's why I get mad. That's why I get frustrated. Because it's untrustworthy. It's snaky. It's not real. It's not a real company. What are you talking about?
Forced me to do this.
I'm really curious about his Tourette's too. I'm curious about that when that manifested. Because I have A-logged him. I've seen videos of him when he was like 17, 18. I've only seen it now. Maybe he only, I don't know. I don't know. I can't trust him. Though you really can't fake those tics. I don't know why he's burping so much this fucking episode. Wait a minute. Yeah, I think he spelled it right? Oh, what? With the apostrophe? See, Arden's a stickler, and I appreciate that. He still wants to be called Woe's Gambit, okay? Yeah, I mean, it's pretty, but do you see how it ramps up? It ramps up. Actually, if there needs an apostrophe, very nice, right? It's weird shit like that. You think you would know when you began your Christian journey and getting fucking baptized. You think you'd lock these things down.
Every stream, you people make me do it at least once. The stupid Tourette's thing. Anyways, it is tradition to ask. Vrillium gulping ASMR. Oh, fuck you. That's funny. I actually, fun fact. So Casual American Media, who is obviously the grander network that I'm part of, we actually just brought on. Did we do it publicly? I think we can say publicly that we did.
Oh yeah, that was for his paywall stuff. So let's see what we got. Work our way through.
The decrease because people left, or is it because people, you know? I'm going to assume it is because they left. I feel like that makes more sense. That's literally, isn't that Pat? That's Patrick Bet David's story. Is he's half Armenian, half Assyrian, and then he fled as like a kid. But I mean, still, yeah. I mean, that's not. It's obviously not ideal, and I'm gonna explain more on the video that I'm doing about this, but I will say,
perfect. He's gonna make a video about it. I think I might have said this on stream a couple of times, where I'm gonna make a video about it, and then I stop talking about it.
The grander question of what should Middle Eastern minorities do. No, I'm wait for the video. I'm doing a video on it. I'm not gonna spoil the ending.
All right, so just stop talking about it. You're going to do the video. I mean, with Tourette's, I know that there's crossover with OCD behaviors. So like Tourette's probably has, now I kind of feel bad for him. If he does have Tourette's, he has issues with being compulsive, correct? Like he probably has a lot of compulsive issues, I would assume.
I'm doing a video on it. It's literally coming out tomorrow. So just wait, and I'll talk about it tomorrow.
I have Tourette's, shoves thumb up bum. Come on, man. I have Tourette's. What?
No, I'm not saying they fled for fun. Obviously, the Islamic Revolution, obviously, like that's bad. I mean, just fucking wait for the video. Just wait.
Stop talking about it. Stop saying wait for the video and just move on.
Wait. It's the problem, man. You get Assyrians in the chat, and it's this. They just instantly want to jump to it. It's like, dude, just wait for the video, okay? Just wait.
This would crack me up. This would kill me. The kid I grew up with Tourette's just went heh every 30 seconds. That would fucking. Was it funny? That would fucking kill me. I would have to mimic it. I just have a touch. I just have a fucking sprinkle of autism and Tourette's. Just like I mimic sometimes. I think when I was like 15, like walking around in a mall, like I heard the guy talking like this, and then I started like right in front of him. Mimicking is very entertaining to me. I've always thought of like mimicking as like That's the closest I can know what it's like to be that person, like in terms of empathy. Like, what is it like to sound like that?
Just wait. Wait for the video. Laura Luma told me you work for... I do work for Qatar, yes. Actually, can I say, speaking of working for Qatar, can I say... I've talked about this publicly before. I applied to work for Qatar.
Now, we're not twitching, so this might be true.
I did. I applied to work for Qatar. What do I mean by that? So if you go right now...
Holy shit, dude. The eyes looking up with the tongue coming out is fucking wild.
To work for Qatar. What do I mean?
Oh,
by
that's
that?
a rough one.
So if you go right now, okay, we're going to go through this together. If you go on Google and you look up, okay, FARA agencies.
So then he talks about how he actually legitimately tried to work for Qatar. I don't know. Oh my God. All right. So there was a debate in back channels in my community as like, so what? He's an autocrat, right? He's an autocrat. And I'm like, well, usually an ortho bro will call themselves like a monarchist because what is leading the autocracy, right? Well, it turns out he's an autocrat, sort of.
Tried to be an Arabic fed. I tried to be a Qatari fed. And now, when I have these idiots like Shabbos Custom Bomb saying to me, oh, well, you're just a hater. You're just a whatever. You're Qatari basses. Okay, that is off to the races. And this is why right now, this weird strategic positioning we have in the war, it's why we have this will they, won't they war. We're touching tips right now. Okay, we're warming up basically. I feel like Hamiltonian. No, Hamiltonian that's federalism. I believe in federal. I believe in autocracy.
He believes in autocracy.
Kind of.
It's just fucking... We had a whole little debate in my community about it. Oh, but he's autocratic, and here's what it could mean. He's a natsock.
I believe in a strong state. When I say Hamiltonian, I mean I disagree with.
Is that what he means by economically left? Is that he believes in a strong state? I don't know, and neither does he. And if I ask him, you're not going to know.
Jeffersonian model. So when we talk about American politics, okay, and granted, I'm really just using this to describe like autocracy or sort of like future politics, okay? Hamilton.
Yeah, man. What don't you understand? All right. He likes pussy, kind of, you know?
Hamiltonian is opposite to Jeffersonian. Jeffersonian is like libertarianism, kind of. Like Jefferson.
So let me try to build a bridge with Vrillium right now, okay? Him as a person, he seems like a fucking piece of shit. Vapid. Paper thin. Shallow. Compulsive. Isolating. Untrustworthy. Duplicitous. Let me be charitable to him right now, okay? Here's what initially drew me into him.
And they're making him do it. And it's working. It's working. It's working. Like, you can't deny it's working, dude. I know it would be nice if it wasn't working, but it is. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I'm actually supposed to have a debate soon with these two, like, avowed white nationalists.
Oh, he's supposed to. Where's all this other content? I don't think that's going to happen. If anyone has any information on that, let me know.
Like, white nationalists, like, they want to, like, do full remigration. And it's going to be a dumb debate. Why is it going to be a dumb debate? Because their entire political view is fantasy.
Now, this is initially why I took the CivNet position, okay? Initially. Because it's not going to be a majority white country. That's why I took that position. You can be pro-white. You can advocate for white people. Here's what it comes down to. I don't want a black person. There's a black man in my community that had kids with a white woman. And for people to be like, ew, and it's like, he's perpetuating his genes, okay? It's not a LARP. You're being anti-natalist, okay? Now, there's room for racial purity, okay? But there's also room for race mixing. That's just where we're at. Otherwise, you're gonna fucking die off, motherfucker. Okay? You to keep your race pure would have to find what? A white woman who's not on the left. Okay. Is she an atheist? Oh, well, can't really be an atheist. Okay. So she's Christian. What kind of Christian? She based on what do you have? 2% of the women that you can mate with this fucking strict criteria that would do it? So I agree with him here.
It's idealism. Their political argument is, oh, America needs remigration. Yeah. Why?
Yes. Am I going to square off against the chat now? Is it happening again? Did I do it again? You're losing me now. Typical. This always happens here. Yeah. I would rather not breed. Well, then I don't want to hear any of you complaining if you're dying off. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. Hard to call it a genocide when you're choosing it. That's the claim. That is the issue. I'm not saying you have to. Okay. I'm saying I'm not going to admonish a person that's perpetuating their own genes. You are your father and your grandfather before you're a fucking caveman from 5,000 years ago, motherfucker, okay? You are your father and your grandfather before you're this grand notion of race. Genetically, that's how it is.
Oh, well, because the founders said, like the Naturalization Act, the founders said, oh, this country should be a European country. It should only be European. And racial homogeneity helps society.
We're doing it again. Okay, I'll do this right now. Mixing erases your genes. It doesn't perpetuate it. Not to the moos, and they fucking own you. You can't do shit because of the moos, and their genes are stronger than your genes, apparently, because they keep perpetuating their genes. If someone's 80% white and 20% moo, you call them moo, and the moos call them moo. Sorry that your genes are so weak, and their genes are so much stronger than yours. That's how it is. That's how it's been working out for a century now. I don't know where this narrative came from. It's not realistic. They got stronger genes than you, so you deserve what's happening to you because of how weak your genes are. Your genes don't make anybody more white. Sorry. Well, then you deserve to die off in terms of how genes work. I don't get the argument.
Function. Okay. Great. How the fuck are you going to achieve that? Half the country isn't white. How are you going to achieve that? Half the country isn't white. So let's say you
Okay, this is the first good argument I've seen from this side. Not the genes, the story. I can work with that. That I can work with.
Manage to get every single white person on your side, which, by the way, you're fucking not. You're not going to. When ICE was trying to deport illegals, 2 people died trying to stop them. Both of them were white. So you're not going to have every white on your side. But let's say you magically somehow you convinced every single white person, or at least.
What's coping defeatist nihilism? The fact that we used to rape and pillage and change motherfuckers' bloodlines for a generation. And now we go, we're choosing to die off because she's not white enough. Well, I'm sorry, which is coping and nihilistic? I'm pro-natalist. Make more babies.
The majority of white people in America to agree with you. Not just conservatism, to agree with remigration of all non-whites. Let's say you pulled that off. 50% of the country is not white. You want a civil war. They're not going to go happily. They're going to say, hey, you want to get rid of all us? Fuck you. And it's going to be a war. So that's the politic is, we're going to bring a war. We're going to have a war.
Yeah, because like Nick Fuentes' position is fucking duplicitous and a fucking LARP. He's not fucking perpetuating his own genes. And then he has a fucking like a pretty much a CivNat position now. So I mean, like, who is even advocating for this shit? And then what are they advocating for? Close your dating pool is already microscopic. And then you're saying to make your dating pool smaller while you're admitting the birth rates are low. Okay, so do the math there is what I'm saying.
That's the politics. We're gonna have the Turner Diaries. We're gonna have a race war. Really? That's your politics?
I'm going to add some feces to your cake mix. It doesn't matter how much cake mix you add in to dilute it, you still have feces in the cake. Cute analogy, the Jews fucking own you. They fucking own you, and they don't think like that. Have fun thinking like that. You do know that the Moos want you to think that way, right? Do you know that? They want you to not. The Moos have French Moos, German Moos, and they all congregate all over the place. No matter what, they're still Mooish. Those are the people that fucking own you. And what do? Oh, well, I'm going to make it so I don't fucking procreate at all because they're not pure enough. That's what they want you to do. Look at the people ruling over you. Look at what they're doing. Think to yourself, could we also do that? Nah, we're going to be pure to death. You lose in game theory every time. Go ahead, college. Oh my dude. It doesn't make any, it's incoherent. You can think of it that way, but the people that fucking own you don't think of it that way. Now, you can keep thinking of it that way, but the people that fucking own you and have been owning you, your dad, your grandfather, don't think of it that way. Now, you can keep thinking of it that way, okay? But the people that fucking own you don't think of it that way. Now, how do we rectify this? You're going to keep thinking of it that way, okay? You're going to die. You're not going to perpetuate your fucking genes because there's purity bullshit. And then it's just a dead end. Nothing happens after because you're not perpetuating your genes, so who gives a fuck? The people that own you don't think of it that way. Am I telling you to fuck a black bitch? No. I'm letting you know how this happens and why you are fucking owned by such a small amount of people. But no, be pure to death, and complain about a genocide while choosing an anti-natalist position. Do we understand my position?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's ridiculous. It's not going to fucking happen.
I am just factually incorrect. That sounds like a cope. Sure, you can. Hey, you're doing better than Vrillium. Sure, you can say that. Typically, when someone's incorrect, you would say how they're incorrect, oddly enough.
That's not going to happen, dude. What fantasy are you
Look at this
living
cope. I'm incorrect. That's not how it works.
I don't doubt that it would work. I don't doubt. If you could wave a wand and America is racially homogenous, is culturally homogenous, whatever. If you could wave a wand, I'm sure.
Now it's me and Vrillium somehow against the chat.
That it would be great. I'm sure. Just as I am sure, if you took the average 12-year-old communist and waved a wand and.
What do you mean I don't understand your position? Your position is the dissident mainstream position. What is there to not understand? Again, you didn't tell me what I got wrong about your position. Yes, you want them to be a certain amount of white, and you will restrict your breeding to get that white purity. Is that part wrong?
And the world worked exactly how they want it to work, I'm sure it would be a great time. The problem is, we don't live in fucking La La Land.
Right. And Vrillium, yeah, now it's me and Vrillium against the chat for miscegenation. What a fucking heel turn this was, huh? This is the fun me and Vrillium could have, okay? We could be such heels together.
Real life. We're talking about real life politics. What are you talking about? This is real life politics. What are you on about? You know who's not sitting around thinking about, oh man, things were so great.
Perfect. The best mod in the game, Fight Me, understands it. It's not either or. Is it either or with the moos? No. Do they have racial purity with the moos? Yes. Do they also have stuff? Do they also have mixing with the moos? Yes. It's not either or. Absolutely. It's damaging with this white purity argument where it's like, okay, but you're still perpetuating white genes, even if the person isn't white. Barack Obama's dad came from Kenya, fucked his mom, and went back to Kenya. Culturally, he's white. He's fucking half white, but we call him black. There's not a fucking black thing about him. You just gave away a white person. And you're like, Barack Obama isn't white. Look at him. He's not white. Look what the moos do, motherfucker. And they create a fucking congregation of moos when the mom has to be moo, and she doesn't even have to be a fucking percent moo! How is your strategy working, by the way? Like, when do you reflect on how much of a fucking failure your strategy is? At what point?
Oh, I'm so black-pilled. Oh, we need to return with a V. You know who's not thinking that?
Not going to contribute to the suicide of my people. Awesome. Fuck anyone and perpetuate your genes, because if you don't perpetuate your genes, that's not even a suicide. You weren't even in the game. It doesn't count. You didn't even show up to the game. If you don't perpetuate your genes, you, who you are, it's got to be God first, then race, fellas. I don't know how else to explain it to you.
Israel. You know who's not thinking that? Ben Shapiro. You know who
he's making the same argument as me right now. Isn't this incredible? It's me and Vrillium against the chat. You got it. I know. I'm a heel right now. All right. You got to admit this is a wild turn in the stream. No one saw this coming.
Guarantee you, Ben Shapiro would absolutely love it if politics could go his way immediately. He would love it if he could wait.
I am not going to be perpetuating my genes. I'm 100% European as well. I got a DNA test.
His hand, and the Goys do everything he wants them to do, and they willingly go fight Iran, and Iran falls, and it's wonderful and it's amazing. I am.
Anon? Artie, you are too autistic. That's how I have a channel. No one is arguing you can't mix. No. You are doing a descriptive statement. They're arguing a prescriptive statement. This is an ought statement. They're arguing ought not mix.
Absolutely sure Ben Shapiro would love that. Does he get on stage and say that? Does he get on his show and say that? No, because he knows politically that's stupid. This stuff is stupid. You want to live in a...
Okay, now I can work with this. I can work with this feedback. I'm confused because see how he's not being cunty? He's genuinely seeking clarification is how I'm interpreting this. I'm confused because didn't Artie say he has removed himself from the pussy game? Yes. But is saying we aren't going to perpetuate our genes unless we brown it down. No. What I'm saying is we have a mindset that if a white person fucks a non-white person, we lose white, okay? Now, for some reason, black people can go, I'm going to make your fucking grandkids black. For some reason, we only lose white, and we can't make anything white. That is the fulcrum of the argument. Our enemies are outbreeding us because they do not think of it that way. That is the fulcrum of the argument.
Homogenous country, build a time machine, go back to 1964, and go.
I'll do this live right now. What is the birth rate for Brazil? Someone, I can't look it up right now. Give me the birth rate for Brazil. And then give me the birth rate for the United States. And we already know the birth rate for the United States is not white people. That stat leads to Brazil. The people that are, are they at replacement level? They are below replacement level. A lot of places are below replacement level. But how? But how below? But are they doing better? All of this is in relation to each other. What's wrong with Brazil? There's some of the better immigrants we have here. They acclimate to our culture very well. They're way better than Mexicans. They own their own businesses in labor and assimilate way better, I think. Brazil is 1.65 compared to, you want to do the UK, buddy? Hey, buddy. We want to compare it to the white countries, buddy? Buddy. Are we going to compare it, or are we just going to say brown dumb? Buddy. What are we doing here, buddy? I'm just saying. Brazil is great, but race mixing is sinful. Well, do you care if that leads to a genocide of your own people? What if what you think leads to less of your people being made? You can't call it genocide at that point. I do call it a genocide. What you're talking about, I can't call it genocide when you're... That's like someone saying they're starving and they're choosing to not fucking eat. I don't want to eat that. I'm starving to death. It's an incoherent position.
Jump Emmanuel Seller. Go get rid of him. And then maybe,
I completely agree with Vrillium right now. Go back in time, change shit, but we can't. We're here now. Grayslayer, $5. Thank you. His next move is to become a joke thief on Twitter. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure all the shit's very original, right? New GM, $5. No, China is the capital of Xiism. I can agree with that 100%. Honey Grad, $2. Already imitating the Saints win. Well, I do imitate Christians, technically. I do think of what a Christian would do with my perception of it. Sumar, 750 is something you need to be alive, baby. Damn, I love living in a pure country that is 94% European and 89% Christian. Yeah, well, they didn't target the smaller countries, okay? What country is that? The fuck's ISK? You are... What is it? Oh, Iceland. Yeah, right. Yes. Right. Yes, we would enjoy that. Right. We are jelly of Iceland. I will grant you that. But yeah, like there's small white countries that are untouched because you're not a large country with a bunch of power, which is fine. They left you alone. But you got to keep who you are as a people. Yes. I can't disagree with them. Uber Warlocker, $5. Purity is not going to win the fight. I agree. Raising a generation to rage against the moos is what will. Common enemy, fellas. We need our Malcolm. I'm trying to find out. I'm doing. There's Malcolm X and there's George Lincoln Rockwell. Okay. I'm the guy in the middle, facilitating a conversation. All right. Leningrad, $5. No need to make it all or nothing. Just a question of ordering your priorities. Terrific. Terrific. My preference is white. I hit it off with a quarter Korean woman, a half Colombian woman, even a blue-black woman. You're whitening her up. And then your kids with a white culture can also mate with white people and it gets whitened up again. Why is it only gets darker over generations but never whiter? That is a logical inconsistency. And yes, that's autistic. Asher, $5, thank you. Whites think of race as paint color theory, and moos think of race as light color theory. Google the difference, and if you don't already know. Ooh. I'll have to look at that. That I like. It's an interesting concept. Scavenge, member for 1 month, thank you. Artie, you are pushing to do race mixing. I am okay with accepting mixed people, but you make it seem as you should race mix. That's my opinion. If you are starving to death, should you eat things that you don't want to eat? If our birth rates, it's if-then statements. If our birth, you can't choose, motherfucker. We got to make people, and you can't be like, too dark. I'll just die off. I'll just end my bloodline because it ain't white enough. That's what I'm saying. Right? If you find a white, go ahead. But don't limit your dating pool. Priorities, right? GLR dog, what's up, baby? Oh, are we talking about race mixing again? How does this happen? How does this happen to me? How are we talking about race mixing again?
When you come back here, you'll have gotten lucky.
Now? I'm oversimplifying the issue. Why I would levy that criticism against my interlocutors, okay? I have many options of who to breed with. It's fun being me. You can have whatever body you want, okay? Values-based, right? You don't got to think of what percentage white they are because you're white. You're perpetuating your genes, who you are as a person. You're a person before you're a people, okay? Oversimplifying it would be not white enough. We die. That's it. Well, no, we're not saying. So what are you saying? To prefer white? Yeah, obviously. But we can't necessarily do that because the pussy, the demand, way more than the supply of the fucking pussy you're talking about. You understand that, right? I can argue it mathematically as well.
And America will still be under the Naturalization Act, like original doctrine. Maybe. Fucking maybe. Until then,
I'm going to fucking lose it. How am I agreeing with Vrillium right now? And now I'm going to crash out in the chat. Zongzina, $5. Dude, what is the point when you pollute the blood? Need I bring up academic stats? Okay. Oh. First of all of the fucking census data on race is fucking self-identification. Okay? Here. Now, I got this talking point that I'm going to bring up from fucking Vrillium, by the way. This is painful. We called Hispanics white in the 70s. Did you know that? It's a matter of interpretation. This is not a genetic argument. You can't have even a fucking mathematic argument about it. It's self-identification. It's these large, scathing fucking categories. So, what? If you fuck a black bitch who's smart, then your kid's dumb? Motherfucker? Is that what you think? Is that how you think fucking genes work? Motherfucker? Really? Black skin mean dumb. That how you think it works, motherfucker? Black skin means you fucking been outside a long time. Now, on the aggregate, do you think I am prescribing you to fuck a retarded Negro? What is this? This is incoherent. I don't even know what I'm arguing against right now. What is that even supposed to mean? Fuck a dumb black? Do you think that's what I mean?
this is it. We live in a fundamentally different country. It literally does not matter what the founding fathers said. It doesn't. Because I don't know if you know this, the founding fathers specifically set up a system wherein the government and the laws could be changed. That's why it's the Naturalization Act, not the Naturalization Amendment.
Excellent. Excellent counterpoint. Reminder, Sargon of Akkad, Carl Benjamin, is 1/4 black. His grandfather did not ruin Carl's genes, and Carl is more genetically European than Fuentes. Carl Benjamin wouldn't have been here if the people that made his grandfather thought the way that you people are thinking. Hence, you are eliminating white people in the future because they can become white again. That is how genes work. That is not controversial. I don't even know how you can dispute that fact.
If it was an amendment, or sorry, a naturalization like right in the Constitution, like it's not part of the Bill of Rights. Like if it was an amendment, if it was like part of the Bill of Rights.
Fucking Harden Party. How do people not know this about Sargon? He said it a bunch of times. Oh, that's great.
Or it was like a defined and codified, like free speech. Like if it was
okay, well, I've cleared out the chat pretty much. Let's wind this down right now. Arden, you got anyone to for me to send some motherfuckers to? Who do we got? I got you guys all race warred up, so I can send you to a chat and you guys can just talk about how we shouldn't mate outside of our race. See how that goes. Oh yeah, Rob Nora's gonna love to hear about that. Rob Nora's gonna love to have that racially charged conversation. That's in his wheelhouse, isn't it? Now, what you should do, okay? Now, I'm not even going to put ideas in your head. He's been going for like over 3.5 hours. I don't know if he's ending soon. But fellas, do we understand my argument, right? You don't have to agree with me, right? But there's too much purist conversation. It alienates other babies being made. Like, are you going to call a mixed race kid an abomination to a fucking decent black guy? I can't get on board with that rhetorically or ethically or religiously. I don't have any epistemology to support that sentiment, is what I'm saying. Berg, $5. As far as I can remember, white birth rates are only below Latino and first-gen immigrants in America now, near replacement in the Great Plains. Interesting. Big if true. Did not know that. Bobby B, member for 6 months. You are right. Let the purists keep breeding. We don't want to lose the blondes and redheads, but also include all of the Euro background and the accuracy. I understand we want to keep it white, fellas. Okay? Pull up the color theory. What is it? Light theory versus color theory? Is that what it is? These two different things? I might be too tired. I can't get into this right now. I can't. Maybe I can. Is this what you're talking about? Pull up the color theory thing before ending. So what, like light theory is like blending and color theory is more like defined and rigid? This whole argument is making me want to tear my hair out. Oh, additive versus subtractive. Right. Light theory starts with black, the absence of light. Okay. I'd have to do a little more rhetorical investigating into that, but that's grounds for an argument. Kala Madea, $10, thank you. I'm a bit behind the stream. As a white man, I would prefer to have children with a white woman. I am going to advocate for you to do that for the rest of my life. I would also accept Asian or Latino. I'm just not attracted to black women. Perfect opinion. Perfect addition to the conversation, okay? I will always advocate for that. I will never go against what you just said. Yes. But this constant rhetoric, it's pushing out not like then the conversation of what's white enough, it goes to pieces almost fucking immediately, dude. As soon as I heard Eric Arval go, we fucking eyeball it, I'm like, okay. Then it's, yeah, let's ease up so we can have more babies being born, possibly. Possibly. Fellas. That was interesting. What an interesting stream. Wow. Always got to end with race. I think it enlivens things up. Fellas, I'm going to send you to Rob Knorr, for the love of God. Just do whatever you do. I can't control you. If I tell you to not do something, then you're going to do it. I know this fucking game works. Fellas, thank you so much for hanging out. Ending on a bizarre note right here. I liked it. I hope I've stated my case for why it's difficult to... for me and him, two heels, right? What if we were debate partners, right? If I can just let him know I think he's a piece of shit as a human being, like a fucking duplicitous, lying fucking piece of shit, I can coexist with anybody as long as I can tell them how I feel about them. As long as that's okay, I'd be his debate partner. That'd be hilarious. On this topic, there's certain debate topics where we would make a great duo, okay? He's just a fucking piece of shit. Aside from that, though, yeah, content. As long as I can get that out of the way, then I'd fucking love to make content with him. Fucking gay piece of shit. Great content career, though. Fucking homo. Okay, well, have fun with Rob Knorr. Fellas, thanks so much for hanging out. Have a fantastic night, fellas.